The pick is in. We're here in Utah.
I was pretty gassed at 0-0.
That was 5-on-4. I snuck right into the action.
Go down to hell again!
We don't want to be in no man's land.
I'm pro-human rights, unlike LeBron.
He's a great kid, but he doesn't necessarily have that killer instinct.
They might sneak into the playoffs. Actually, I'll say it right now, they're going to make the playoffs.
It's draft night, folks.
All right, welcome in everyone to the NBA Draft Show presented by Mamitas Tequila and Soda. Mamitas Tequila and Soda is a hard seltzer made with real tequila, just 95 calories and less than 2 grams of sugar. It is gluten-free and 5% alcohol by volume. I've got the Paloma right here. Looks like they've got the other flavors. It comes in 4 flavors: mango, pineapple, lime, and Paloma. Follow at Drink Mamitas on Instagram and Twitter. Find it at drinkmamitas.com or get it delivered through GoPuff and Drizzly. Thank you to Mamitas. It is delicious. To my right, there is Roan, player expert Roan, and I've got Coley over there in Boston, the NBA expert himself. Hello, boys.
Brandon, how are you, my friend?
I'm very well. What a night. What a night. We've got plenty of storylines abound in the NBA draft tonight as teams line up their futures. People get hurt. People get traded. Coley, you're a Celtics fan, but you're an NBA fan. Huge night for you.
Massive night, Brandon. Usually this time of year, I'm just watching the NBA. That has been taken from us, much like most of general society has been ripped away from us. So, yeah, I'm excited to have anything that even slightly resembles basketball in my life right now.
I actually forgot it was mid-November until you just said that. Then I realized the crushing weight of the coronavirus is sitting outside, destroying all of us. So thank you for bringing that up, Coley.
It's waiting right on each and all of our doorsteps every single day, Brandon.
Ron, speaking of crushing expectations, guys like James Wiseman tonight, you got Anthony Edwards, you got LaMelo Ball. Some franchises are going to absolutely ruin their future tonight.
Brandon, I'm a freak about 2 things. One of them, tequila and soda to be exact, and that's why Mamitas is always the choice for me. The second thing I'm a freak about is drafts, and tonight is the NBA draft. It looks like the future of the league is about to lay in the balance, and Adam Silver's on the podium now. But who will be the top overall pick? Will it be James Wiseman, like you mentioned? Will it be the precocious, the rambunctious upstart LaMelo Ball, or the basketball-hating Anthony Edwards? It's anyone's game right now, but there's only one team that has the pick, and that's the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Coley, we're going to bring in somebody else right here, but before we do, are you worried that the number 1 pick might hate basketball?
No. He's 19 years old. He said basketball is his life. He currently loves football. A lot of people forget Allen Iverson also preferred football over basketball. I'm sure Marcus Smart's the same way. This happens all the time. He's going to play in the NBA. He'll get over it.
I certainly didn't like basketball when I was 19 years old because I was just out getting so much pussy. But speaking of pussy, let's bring in our expert right now. Let's bring in Rico Bosco to the show. Hi, Rico.
What a segue, Brandon. What a segue.
It wasn't really a segue as much as an introduction, but good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Rico, can I just add that I don't think that you're pussy at all. And I think that was a mischaracterization that did not represent the NBA draft show, nor does it represent Mamitas.
I don't believe I said that. I'll have to go back and look at the tape. Anyway, Rico, huge night tonight. I know you're a Knicks fan or you're a somebody fan. You're definitely a fan of a National Basketball Association team. What are you looking for tonight?
Well, it's interesting with the no fans. It's going to be interesting to see how the Knicks still manage to get booed via Zoom, which is usually a draft occurrence yearly, to get some laughs out of that. But I'm interested to see how these prospects keep their families in line. You know, like everything's on video now. It's a little interesting.
Rico, now this is your first NBA draft show with a face. How do you like it?
I like it. I mean, it would be nicer if it was a summer night. I agree with Coley. It got ripped away from us. The draft is a summer event, but hey, you make the best of it. It's November. We'll roll with it.
Ron, do you have any expert analysis on Rico's face?
Yeah, Rico's got a beautiful face. He could be the face of this draft, but I'm curious who you guys would pick if you were selecting the face of this draft. Would you be in the LaMelo Ball, maybe the most talented, James Wiseman, the most physically imposing, or Anthony Edwards, who put up the most raw numbers while he played in college of the 3?
Coley, I'll let you answer that.
I think it's like head and shoulders Wiseman. I think a lot of people are overthinking this. I think the Warriors have still broken people's brains when it comes to basketball. We just saw a team this very year, a month ago, win the championship because they were more physically imposing, because their 4-5 was better than everyone else's in the league. It's got to be Wiseman. He played 3 games. He was the number 1 player coming out of high school. I think it's more obvious than people are trying to make it.
Rico, I want to thank you for being here, but my producer is saying we have to bring in the college basketball expert of the show. So apparently the Timberwolves are already on the clock, so you have to go because I have to bring in Marty Mush.
Fair enough. I just want to say LaMelo Ball's dad's crazy. You don't deal with crazy people. That's my advice.
I don't believe his dad's going to be playing, but it is. Those balls are crazy.
Yeah, the entire family's out of their mind. But speaking of,
hi, Marty Mush.
How are you, Brandon? How are you, fellas?
Doing very well. Thank you for being here. You are the expert on the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have the number 1 pick.
Okay.
And you're wearing a Duke jersey and hat, and they really don't have anybody that figures into this equation.
Nope, for sure not. But I disagree with Coley. I believe they'll be taking Anthony Edwards here, and everyone's blowing this out of proportion. He doesn't like basketball or anything. It's like, Brandon, like, you don't like being fat, but you're really good at eating. So you do it anyway, you know?
yeah, that's a fantastic point,
It's a
Marty.
great point. It's a great point.
Don't really feel like that really applied here as we're talking about Anthony
Apples to
Edwards.
apples. I agree with Martin. And Martin, I didn't say that they will take Wiseman. I think they should take Wiseman.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you with that. But I think Anthony Edwards is a little overhyped, but the Timberwolves love to do that. So that's what they'll take.
They're
Anthony
currently
Edwards,
trying to
SEC
trade the pick, according to Woj.
SEC Freshman of the Year Anthony Edwards averaged 19 points a game at Georgia. Ron, tell us something about Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards' favorite movie is Matilda. Believe it or not, Anthony Edwards loves the movie Matilda for how it elevates women, and woman in general, just the idea of woman. Miss Trunchbull is his least favorite character, a character that he absolutely loves to hate. And there's plenty more fun information about the Georgia Bulldog, Anthony Edwards, as soon as we find his name picked.
I guess that's right. He hasn't been picked yet.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not very professional. I'm just jumping the gun. I'm wasting all your ammo. I'm so stupid.
I will tell you this, though. He has a dog, a pit bull named Ant Jr.
Oh, did he father the dog?
Yes, he is. He's the father of the dog.
Speaking of
Brandon.
dog, Coley's got a dog running around there, and that dog's mother is dead, and it belonged to me.
Mm-hmm. The dad is still alive, though. He's hosting this show.
Okay. Marty, give me something else.
Yeah, well, I honestly, after hearing what Roan said, that cake scene in the Matildas still freaks me out with the fat kid, like actually not trying to bring up the fat thing again. It kind of looks like Brandon, but it's the entire, I would not draft him, I don't think, and they're taking very long, and I feel like they should have known what they were doing for the past couple months here.
They have no idea what they're doing.
I mean, they have 15 seconds, and they might have an auto draft here.
Minnesota, of course, used to play in the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome, who was the vice president under which president? Marty Mush.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for that beautiful analysis. So we are right down on it. We're about to find out who the number 1 pick in the draft is.
Yeah. If we look at Minnesota's roster, you really have to wonder if they.
Oh, the pick is in.
Oh, it looks like the pick is in. Wow, fantastic news.
Beautiful.
So
We will find out very shortly if it is in fact Anthony Edwards, or if it's James Wiseman, or if it's anybody else.
Yes, I'd be shocked if there are 3 wise men at the top of this draft, but it seems like it will come down to 3 players. But like I was saying, I don't think James Wiseman is the best logistical fit in Minnesota, nor do I find him to be a franchise-altering piece. He's physical for sure and has all the tools, but is he what the Timberwolves need?
The number 1 pick is in fact Anthony Edwards from the University of Georgia.
I mean, Jeff D'Lo really wanted to let us know it was him very early.
Well, that's what I'm being told by Jeff D'Lo. I can't afford ESPN at my house, guys, so I'm just going by what Jeff D'Lo said.
You don't have ESPN?
Yeah, I have it, but I can't watch it because my kids are downstairs watching Cars 3.
Oh, the worst cars.
No,
Wait.
Cars 2 was the worst. Cars 3 was fine, man. That Cars 3 got the franchise back out of the ditch. Cars 2 was terrible. It had that spy thriller stuff. That was crap.
I mean, everything past 1 was bad.
No, Cars 3 was good. You really need to give it a shot.
All right, there he is. I mean, and I don't like to pick still, even though everyone, it's a good pick. You can't go wrong with Anthony Edwards, but that's my Timberwolves analysis for you.
Marty, before we let you go, will any Duke players be selected in the first round tonight?
Probably not.
Yes, they will, you sons of bitches. Cassius Stanley will be played.
He's like 34 years old.
That's true. Vernon Carey will, and Trey Jones is going to be a steal in the second.
Do you think Duke players not going in the first round is indicative that Mike Krzyzewski just doesn't have it anymore?
Right. You know what? People that keep – like, you just hate the troops. Everyone hates the troops that he's literally served your country, and he doesn't dye his hair, and he has back problems.
All right, Marty, listen, thank you. Anthony Edwards, #1 pick. Marty, you were absolutely useless. We're going to bring on Trista Crick now. She's going to come in for the next pick. Thank you, Marty. Goodbye. Trista's coming in, but Anthony Edwards, the #1 pick, ranked #2. He's a shooting guard out of Georgia. Yes, Rome.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a couple things to his favorite movie being Matilda. He thinks that Kevin Durant is the best basketball player of all time. He doesn't like Twitter. He only likes Instagram. He doesn't like Call of Duty. He only likes Fortnite. And he also hates homelessness.
Now, what is this kill rate in Fortnite? And can you kill people in Fortnite?
I think it's more about team building and love. I think that's more of a building game, and Call of Duty is more about death.
Now, I thought the building game was Minecraft. I don't know what these kids do.
I thought Sims was the building game.
Have I brought Trista in?
Yeah, you have. I think you did introduce me, and I'm in the show. Pretty sure.
There's Trista and her attention-seeking dog. Hello, Emma. Welcome to both of you. Anthony Edwards is #1 pick. What do you think, Trista?
You know, if I was the Wolves, I wrote a blog about this. I would have just traded the pick. I think this draft is weak as fuck, and if I was the Wolves and had any damn sense, I would have figured out a way. It sounded like they wanted to get rid of him, but everyone else knows that the draft is weak too, so no one was going to give him anything of any value. So,
well, I do want to thank you for coming into the first 10 minutes of our NBA draft show and calling the draft weak as fuck. I appreciate that. Really makes people want to watch from now on. Rome.
I mean, it's very flat. I'm just saying that there's no can't miss guys.
Rome, I don't think it's weak as fuck. What do you think?
I think that there are it reminds me of the 2014 draft, a draft where Anthony Bennett went first overall. I think that draft pick produced some players. I think Giannis was in that draft, but top of it wasn't indicative of the power of this class. And I think there's a good chance that the players taken at the top, we might see someone who's taken in the middle of the first round or late first round that winds up being the best player in this draft. And I think
there's gold to be mined, but not anyone at the top that's obvious.
Will this Anthony be more like Davis, or will it be more like Bennett in 2014? Coley.
What a wide fucking range. Will he be fat and out of the league in 3 years, or will he be the best player in the league? Those are my two choices.
Seems to be. They're both Anthonys.
Both first overall picks.
Seems like they got a lot in common.
All three of them, yeah. No, you raise a lot of great points. Boy, I think he's going to be a different first pick from Minnesota, Andrew Wiggins. He's going to be around for a long time and hate basketball all the while.
Andrew Wiggins from Kansas.
Very good. So we've got Golden State now on the clock, and they are famous for Klay Thompson, who doesn't have a knee anymore.
No, he's not. Doesn't have an Achilles anymore. Well, he doesn't have an ACL.
The ACL is in the knee, Trista.
Left ACL, now apparently a right Achilles.
Well, I don't really know. I just know that the Fantasy Football Factory reported some things. Ron, do you have any more to say about this?
I don't have anything to say. We're happy to break the news, but we're dismayed anytime someone gets injured. It really shakes things up for the Golden State Warriors, and I think it opens them up to potentially draft LaMelo Ball, which would be fantastically exciting. For LaMelo Ball, this is the best situation, in my opinion, where he could wind up in the entire league. They could let him grow. He could refine the gunner game that he's learning from some of the best, including Klay and Steph.
Now, Trista, you're a crazy-ass West Coast liberal. What do you think the Warriors are going to do with this pick?
I think they take Wiseman. I think that they have to compete with Anthony Davis, and they think that they need a big guy that's going to be able to do that. Wiseman's little. He's got to put some weight on, or Anthony Davis.
The pick is in.
The pick is in.
Sorry. Don't interrupt me, Trista. That's beautiful. So, as the Warriors try to make frankincense out of this pick, will it be Wiseman?
Fantastic stuff. It looks like it's going to be Wiseman. And we're breaking that before anybody else on television. James Wiseman is the second overall pick, a rim protector for Golden State.
Named after famous actor James Vanderbeek, but he's now trading in those Memphis Varsity Blues for Golden State uniforms. So congratulations to James Wiseman. Coley, what do you think?
I would be genuinely surprised if he ever played a single game for the Golden State Warriors. I think they made this pick to move it. They had already been on the phone with a couple GMs earlier today. I think they had to get off the phone the second Klay Thompson's leg exploded. I wouldn't be surprised if they're making this pick for someone else.
Shout out to draftclips.com who are handling the clips for us. They're awesome. I don't know how they got clips of James Wiseman. He played for like 7 minutes at Memphis, but there you
They
go.
were an
Trista,
electric 7 minutes, though, Brandon.
It was a great 7 minutes. You're right. So many dunks.
Yeah, and not only did James Wiseman put the ball in the hoop when he was playing basketball, in 9th and 10th grade, he actually took Mandarin and is a rather worldly individual. He wants to invest in a Baskin-Robbins when he gets older. That's his goal. He loves Baskin-Robbins, so he wants to invest, be an owner. He loves Dragon Ball Z, Rick and Morty, and he wants his NBA nickname to be the Big Ticket. Now, Kevin Durant is already the big ticket, fellas and lady.
Trista, Baskin-Robbins, your favorite ice cream flavor. Go.
Cookies and cream.
Basic bitch.
I am a basic bitch. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Bitch.
Well, I just basically took your.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor, Ron?
I like sherbet.
What? Is it
No one
sherbet?
likes sherbet.
Sherbet.
It's sherbet.
Sherbet. I like
Sherbet.
a regular sherbet.
Sherbet. Do you want some ice cream, Ernie? Sherbet.
That was one of your worst ones, Brandon.
That was one of your worst sherbets that I've ever.
I definitely want to get those out of the way early. So James
the Hornets
Wiseman.
have picked. The Hornets have picked.
Well, I see that the guys in the background have told me the next 7 picks, so I don't know what we're doing anymore. They haven't told me to bring Trista out yet, which is shocking because I wanted to get rid of her.
It does say thank Trista and bring on Jake.
Thank you, Trista. You were great as always. Goodbye. We're going to bring in Jake Marsh right here. Jake Marsh, the host of Barstool Bench Mob, the college basketball podcast. Hello, Jake.
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, you're quite welcome. So you've got the Hornets. What are you thinking right here?
Well, I'll be honest, Woj already spoiled it, but I won't spoil it for our viewers. But I will say the thing I'm most excited for, as you see, I guess it's already on there. I'm excited to see the different variety of verbs that Woj tweets out tonight. I'm a big guy for the dictionary. He said targeting, and he said focus.
Jake, you can't proclaim your love for the dictionary and then say you're the big guy for the dictionary. You have to say something better than the big guy for the dictionary.
It's true.
Aficionado, perhaps?
Yeah, there we go. Ron's helping me out.
So far from Woj, we have emerging at the top of the Timberwolves draft board. Golden State is targeting James Wiseman, and Charlotte is focused on LaMelo Ball.
I'm excited to see lasered in.
Yeah.
That's your favorite.
That'll be my favorite when he picks it.
So the Hornets appear to be focused on Ball. He is obviously the younger brother of LaMelo Ball. He's got a lot of skills, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. The only drawback, he did come from the sperm of LeVar Ball. Is that a problem, Jake?
I am zoned in on the relationship behind the scenes between LeVar Ball and Michael Jordan. I don't know what you guys think can happen behind there, but I feel like there can be some fireworks.
Fireworks, Ron. Do you have anything on fireworks?
Yes, fireworks are actually becoming legalized at the highest rate of any of the vice cultures in the entire United States right now outside of marijuana. Fireworks are booming right now, if I could talk about their business, and look for them to keep on lighting up the night sky in the future. Now, as far as LaMelo Ball, the only drawback from him is not his father. His three-point shooting is a little bit suspect. He was 37% from the field this year and only shot 17% from three. I don't know if that's something you can hang your hat on if you're Michael Jordan.
But now he was playing in Australia, which is in the southern hemisphere. So do the rims go the other way down there?
That's a really good question. I don't have that in my notes, but I will have someone get back to you. Unless Jake, do you have anything on that?
You got anything? Rims going backwards?
I do not, but I can do some research. on the
Get on
spot.
that. You do the rim job for us, Jake, and we'll figure that out, and we'll see where we're at on that. Coley,
right,
what do you think about LaMelo Ball?
I'm actually genuinely curious if LaMelo Ball also plays a single game for the Hornets, since the Hornets have been lasered in on potentially bringing Russell Westbrook to the Queen City. Is that what Charlotte is?
Yeah, it's one of them. Coley, can I just point out that it doesn't seem like you really understand what the draft is about. You don't think any of these players are playing for the teams that drafted them.
I didn't say that about Anthony Edwards, so that feels wrong.
Well, 2 out of 3, that's like 50%.
Listen, those are two storylines that have been rampant in the NBA this past week, Brandon.
I'm sorry. I didn't do any reading, Ron. Did you do any reading?
I did a little bit of reading on LaMelo Ball, and I found out that he will be the first of many firsts in the NBA. The first player in the NBA to have been on WWE Raw before he was drafted. The first player to own another franchise. He owns the Illawarra Hawks down under. And he's the first to play in a league that his father founded, the JBA. A lot of firsts for the mercurial LaMelo Ball.
The pick is, in fact, in. And I didn't notice. Has that graphic been there the whole time? Jake, thank you for being here. You are the host of the College Basketball Podcast, and it's interesting that we brought you on for a player who never played a second of college basketball.
That is interesting, but I did find out a fun fact, not on rims, but on basketball hoops themselves. James Naismith invented basketball in 1891. He hung a peach basket that served as the first hoops on the rail of a running track at the YMCA gym in Springfield, Massachusetts. And that railing was 10 feet off the ground.
Jake,
Brandon, what was that day like?
Okay.
Oh,
It wasn't that funny. It was a common joke. A common refrain from
you
Coley.
got me, Coley. I liked it.
Oh, that was careful with that joke. That's an antique. What are we doing here? Ron, did you think that was funny?
I actually got a genuine smile out of me, which is hard to do. So, brava, Coley.
Brava indeed. All right, so we are just waiting for I guess we're waiting for it to roll over to the Chicago Bulls pick.
What's your favorite beverage to drink whilst waiting, Brandon?
Oh my goodness. I love this Paloma flavored Mamitas, this tequila seltzer. Tequila and soda. It is delicious.
I'm enjoying a mango right now myself, but something that I haven't been enjoying is LaMelo Ball's chest tattoo. LaMelo Ball has wings tattooed on his chest. Now tell me something, fellas. Does that make a lick of sense at all to have wings on your chest? Wouldn't wings traditionally go on one's back? Who has chest wings?
I don't know who has chest wings, but do you feel like it's for the visual that when he looks in the mirror, he believes he's flying?
Like this, though?
I don't know. He can't see them if they're on his back, Ron. And I don't believe a tattooed wing can actually propel you above the ground. Coley, correct me if I'm
But
wrong.
you don't know that. You don't know that.
I feel very confident. Jake, can a tattooed wing propel you above the ground?
I think as long as he's making baskets on the court, it doesn't matter where the tattoo is. That's all that fans will care about.
So if you're about freedom of expression and you don't care where the wings are.
As long as you're producing and scoring, hey, do whatever you want.
Ron, do you care about that?
What I do care about is LaMelo Ball's height. Now, LaMelo Ball, if you stop watching his highlights in 2017 when he was still at Chino Hills, you're familiar with a brace-face, 6'4", skinny gunner. But if you watch what he did the last couple years, he's grown a ton vertically and out a little bit. He's about 6'8" now and plays a little bit more similar to Ben Simmons than he does to his brother Lonzo Ball. I think that his game is going to be made by getting to the cup and by pairing him with Devontae Graham down in Charlotte. I think that'll be a nice situation for a high-powered backcourt.
Now, I'm hearing from sources that LeVar Ball looks furious that his son was drafted by Charlotte. I don't know. Is that beef with Michael Jordan? I don't know. Maybe they're lying to me. Jake, thank you for being here. Hey, listen and go subscribe to Barstool Bench Mob, the great new college basketball podcast. We appreciate your help. Jake, the Chicago Bulls are now on the clock. And the top three went how we thought the top three would go. Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, LaMelo Ball. Now the draft really starts. We don't know where it's going from here. We're going to bring in very, very soon. We're going to bring in Eddie from Chicago. We're going to bring in Big Cat, Eddie with the Chicago Bulls hat. Big Cat joining us right there with Toledo Rockets. Welcome, gentlemen. The Bulls are on the clock.
Big Cat, way to get behind the team.
I bet on Toledo tonight.
Okay, well, we did bring Big Cat on to talk about his bets. All right, Obi Toppin is still there. The second you guys got the number 4 pick a couple of months ago, Big Cat, you focused on Obi Toppin. Are you still there?
Ain't no stopping Obi Toppin. I was just looking for all the times that LeVar Ball said he could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one and tweeting them all. That's going to be awkward.
So it looks like the Bulls pick is about to be in, and Woj had said it. I don't know if you're looking. I don't want to spoil it. Eddie, who are you hoping for here?
I thought it was going to be Halliburton. There's been a lot of talk about a point guard, but it doesn't matter. Monday, this city died. Yesterday, we lost a hero. Today, whoever we take is going to be a great day for Chicago.
I hope it's Patrick Williams.
You're really hoping for Patrick Williams?
That's all I want. That is literally, I went to sleep last night, and I got down on my knees at my bed, and I said, please, God, give us the guy who's super athletic but maybe doesn't know how to play basketball from Florida State, Patrick Williams.
Now,
Seems like
would you say the Bulls need?
Go ahead, Coley.
Would you say the Bulls need like a tweener big man?
The Bulls need. Here's what I said. Okay, so I'm on. I did Redline for tomorrow, and I said this, and I really do believe this. I think that you can't be the type of fan that said fire Garpax for 5 years, and then second guess anything that AK does for at least 2 or 3 years. So I'm all in. Whatever he does, I trust. I'm in. Just do it. I don't care. I'm going to be a good fan. I'm going to be a good soldier. I'm happy with whoever we take. But he probably sucks. Let's be honest.
The pick is in, Rome. There it is. So
please. Oh!
They do, in fact, pick
genius.
Patrick Williams, 6'8", 225 from Florida State. 6th man of the year as a freshman. Rowan, what do you know about Patrick Williams?
Patrick Williams was a late riser who is a massive fan of holograms. He did a hologram interview with Diane Taurasi and is a big WNBA fan because of his mom's time playing basketball. He went to West Charlotte High School, one of the schools that was hit hardest when busing ended in Charlotte Magazine. Maybe, Brandon, you could tell us a little bit about that. He is blonde in the middle of his hair, an homage to Joan of Arcadia, and he is the top-rated Virgo in this draft.
I like holograms.
Quick, what rhymes with Williams? I ain't no stopping Obi Toppin's out. So what do I do?
Williams.
I don't think anybody here really rhymes very well.
Trillions.
I'm just gonna go ain't no stopping Patrick Williams.
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay.
He needs a nickname very soon. He needs a nickname.
You can do it right now.
Chicago's a Irish enough city. I feel like Patrick Williams played.
True. I honestly did read a scouting report on him, and they're like, he's got a ton of potential, but sometimes it feels like he doesn't know how to play basketball.
It feels like you guys may have just taken Tyrese Thomas again.
Hey, Tyrese Thomas could jump out of the rim. People forget that.
Don't do that, Coley.
How long before Eddie and Big Cat, you both talked yourself into the Patrick Williams era?
It's already been done.
Okay. I'm not kidding you. We talked earlier. We talked hours ago. We're like, hey, whatever happens, it's all up from here.
It's over. We're
all
in.
right. So
look at him. He's dunking.
Bulls.
He can dunk. Confirmed.
Eddie, thank you. Big Cat, thank you. Good luck on your Toledo Rockets bet. The Cleveland Cavaliers are on the clock. The 2016 NBA champions. Speaking of champions, that's who we've got. We've got the champion of trivia, Jeff D'Lo, who is joining us, and we have the baddest man on the planet, UFC heavyweight champion, Stipo Miocic, is joining us right now. There he is. Welcome, champ. Thank you for joining us. Listen, you knock out people for a living. What are you expecting from the Cavs tonight to knock out the competition?
Well, my name's Stipe, first off.
I thought I said that. I apologize.
They said Stipo. No, it's okay. I don't care.
Unbelievable, Brandon.
No, but
all right.
No, then I think the Obi's still around, right?
Obi Toppin, yes, and there might not be any stopping Obi Toppin, but we don't know.
So listen, I mean, we just need someone to be a franchise guy, someone we can build around.
Can somebody else talk? Because I'm scared to death. I mispronounced the UFC.
How vigorously are you going to beat up Brandon Walker for mispronouncing your name?
I can't wait to come to New York. I'll tell you right now.
Okay. All right.
He lives in New Jersey. Give you a home address.
And he'll probably beat your ass.
All right. Ron, could you talk to the champ, please? I'm just gonna rearrange this shit over here.
Champ, you realize that you're on right now with a guy named Jeff D. Lowe, a guy who has a little bit of hardware on his hand right there, and two guys who are just unified as far as Cleveland's future. Now, who do you hope the Cavaliers wind up picking here?
No, I mean, like, I'm looking at it, it's getting picked right now, and like it looks like Obi's next best, and like I said, he's a big guy, power forward. I mean, listen, that's what someone that's going to be like, take the reins and kind of build around, just start winning again. We're doing well. We're so close.
He also has the Ohio ties playing at Dayton. Does that play into it at all?
Yeah, you got to keep it Ohio. OHIO. Got to keep it Ohio.
Something tells me Woj not spoiling this means they're probably trading the pick, though. That would be that is my assumption.
Yeah, Jeff, but you're a Cleveland fan, and you're always scared of the worst possible reality.
Here's what happens: the Browns are 3 games over 500. Like you are not going to spoil the enjoyment right now.
Ron, you had your finger up.
My question is, after picking guys like Darius Garland last year, who hasn't really worked out, Colin Sexton, who isn't really a breath of fresh air, how much more can the Cleveland franchise start over here? It seems like Kevin Love might be way out of town. What can they do to reinvigorate the Monday?
When you were in Florida,
I think we're close. We got Larry Nance still, and we got a bunch of good guys on this team, and I think that we're close. We're scraping away, and we're just like just more. I think a little bit more confidence, and like I said, just that one guy that we need.
You just say Larry Nance is someone you're excited about?
Yeah, it's my dude. Do not.
Ron, don't you fucking do that, Ron.
Yeah. No.
I didn't hear. I must have misheard.
Yes, that's my dude.
Champ, listen, I apologize for him. He obviously has disrespected you, and I did not want that to happen. I want you to focus on that, though. Can you do that for me?
Of course.
All right, so Woj has not spoiled the pick here. The pick is, in fact, in. Ron, hit the music. So we will find out very soon if there's any stopping, Obi topping in Cleveland. And it is very much not. It is Isaac Okoro, young forward from Auburn, sharpshooter, the second highest recruit in Auburn history. Champ, you wanted Obi Toppin, you didn't get him. What do you think about Isaac Okoro?
I'm down, dude. I mean, he's a young kid. I got something to prove. I'm in.
Now, earlier today, I heard him compared most closely to Marcus Smart, and I'm a Celtics fan, and that immediately infuriated me. But if that is the type of player you got, a scrappy junkyard dog type player, how do you think a blue-collar town like Cleveland will embrace that?
That's perfect. That's what we are. We dig down deep. We're nail, but we take it to the house, man. No matter what, we're nasty. We're dirty. We're gonna find a way.
All right, Champ, we'll let you go in just a second. The pick is in. Congratulations to Isaac Okoro. When's the next time you're going to hit somebody really hard in the fucking face?
Hopefully soon,
Yeah, me too.
Whenever you see Brandon?
Yeah. Well, it depends. It depends when COVID happens. I might have 2 people here in New York.
I do apologize. I didn't mean to mispronounce your name. But anyway, thank you for joining us. This was awesome. Huge Cleveland fan, Stipe Miocic, UFC heavyweight champion of the world. Jeff D-Lo, thank you very much, guys, for being here. We're going to roll on to our next pick. Fuck, why did you guys let me do that?
Listen.
Dude, why did you guys act like Larry Nance doesn't suck?
Did I say Stipo? Did I say Stipo?
Yeah, you did.
Well, somebody look and see if I said Stipo.
You absolutely did.
But Larry Nance sucks.
No, technically, Larry Nance is great. Larry Nance Jr., not a big fan of.
That's his friend. You have absolutely – oh, my God, Stipe's in the chat.
When me and Stipe come down to New York and give you guys the beating of a lifetime, me and my good pal Stipe, I'm sorry I have to do it to you.
Incredible fighter, and here I am. But I just want to tell you, hey, Stipe, I'm 6'6", buddy. I'm 260 pounds. I ain't fucking around. He's gone, right?
Listen, he's also a fireman. So you're in 2020, you're insulting a first responder and a UFC heavyweight. What are you, insane?
Ron insulted his friend.
Listen, Stipe, anytime, pal.
Oh shit! Hi, welcome back, champ.
Look at all the belts behind him.
That's a lot. That's a ton of belts. Did you have something else to say to Ron, who disrespected your friend?
No, it's all right. I'm gonna have to get in the car now and drive to New York. So
Oh, we would love to have you. There's some great restaurants we'd like to take you out to, show you the time of your life. We appreciate it. Awesome getting to know you. And Ron told me earlier how to pronounce your name, and he fucked it up. Sorry.
No worries. Sorry.
Yeah,
thank you again, not just for being a great fighter and a great member of this, but for being a first responder as well. We really appreciate you and all the people doing hard work this year.
No, real talk.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. Honestly, I'm just busting balls, but thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
No, you beat them up. We're best friends. We heard you.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right. Man, that guy's fucking awesome. That guy's awesome. All right, so let's go from one big star to another. We had Stipe Miocic, the heavyweight champion of the world. Now we have Big Tennessee from Barstool Sports, and hey,
look at community tonight. Hey, congrats, Big T.
Guys.
Look at you, Big T. You look good.
It's a big night.
Did you go in for a bank loan this morning?
No, this is one of the 1.5 suits I own.
And nobody died, didn't they?
No, we're good.
Okay, all right. Atlanta Hawks are on the clock, and you are a big Atlanta Hawks fan. What are you hoping for right here? Is there any stopping Obi Toppin?
Well, I'm fine with that. I kind of wanted a Coro because we never take any SEC guys. We draft a guy from the Big Ten every year. So I kind of wanted a Coro. The rest of these, Halliburton, fine. Obi Toppin, fine. They're all fine. After we drafted Luka and traded him, I don't really have any faith that if we do get somebody good, they'll probably be traded.
Well, you seem very excited. Rome.
I just think that the mistake of trading Luka can be rectified tonight, Big T.
That's true.
If you guys maybe go over to Israel and look at my boy Denny Avdija.
Okay.
I think that he is a fantastic shooter. He is he might be the cure that ails you. And he's not Luka Doncic, but I think that he might be a little bit closer to a Danilo Gallinari, perhaps. But I think that that's the Euro flavor that you need down in Atlanta.
Okay. I could get down with that.
Well, it appears that you could get down with that, but you're not going to because the pick is in, Ron. And the pick is Onyeka Okongwu, the center from Trinidad. First double-double in his debut since Taj Gibson. Ron, tell me something about Onyeka Okongwu.
Now, LaMelo Ball was drafted a little bit earlier, but he wasn't the only person to go to Chino Hills High School. Actually, Onyeka Okongwu also went to Chino Hills High School.
A bunch of people went to.
Yeah, several people, but not many of them were drafted so high in the draft like boy Onyeka was. Now, he's not scared of clowns. He thinks that sharks are actually scarier than clowns, but he can juggle himself. He wears LeBrons when he plays. He's Nigerian-born, and his older brother is dead.
Okay.
Big T. Sharks or clowns?
It's very funny that he wears LeBrons. I don't agree. You can't be more afraid of sharks than clowns. Sharks are completely
no.
do shit to you on land. That's not wrong. I'll fight every shark in existence on land today and win.
Oh, sharks will kill you. Yeah, but you can't
not
see
on land.
Ocean.
Not on land.
Sharks are way scarier than clowns.
Not on again. How often are you in the ocean, you pasty white fuck? Almost never. On land, all the time. And you're surrounded by clowns. You work at the circus, Brandon. Everyone you know is a clown. They could take you out at any moment, any day, any time. That's why you should be more afraid of clowns. Sharks.
You can't call me pasty. We're the exact same person. Big T, you look like us. Sharks or clowns?
I mean, you're not fighting a shark on land. The only time you would encounter a shark is in its environment, and you should definitely be more afraid of sharks.
But a clown could fight you on water or land.
But a clown is just a dude.
Yeah, and they murder. They have a whole movie series based off of it. One shark movie.
Thank you very much. Well, no, there was Deep Blue Sea.
Was there?
Thank you, Big T. Good luck in small claims court. We appreciate it. You've got your pick.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, always a pleasure. You're one of my favorites. So the Detroit Pistons are now on the clock. The Detroit Pistons. I don't know what they're going to do. Obi Toppin's still out there. Sadiq Bey's still out there. Denny Avdija still out there. We're going to bring in Riggs right now. Their team needs are literally everything and anything. Coley, what are the Pistons going to do?
I have a weird hunch that they're going to take a point guard, and they might dip back into the overseas market as they did a year ago.
That's what Riggs looks like. Hey, Riggs.
What's up, Brandon? That's what you look like?
No, but you've seen me before.
I've seen you before.
You didn't look like this at the NFL draft.
No, I didn't. Probably because I had hair.
Yeah. Okay. Super. You look good. What are you thinking about you're wearing a New York Knicks jacket?
I am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, you're here for the Pistons.
I am. The Pistons are irrelevant. No one gives a fuck about Detroit.
Okay.
I mean, since when?
I don't know if a Knicks fan can be lobbing bombs. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, they've Derrick Rose. Congrats.
They have Blake Griffin.
Maybe. They're trying to trade him. They can't even trade him.
Well, not maybe. I mean, he is on their team.
He's on the team.
For now.
What do you think about the Kentucky Wildcats? They're not going to have a top 10 pick. Is everything falling apart in Lexington?
I think this is Calipari's smartest strategy yet. Let him fly under the radar.
Yes.
He's tricking everybody that he doesn't think they have good players. You've put all the chips now. Now he can play the underdog card. You can't let Calipari. He's outsmarting everyone. Marty out here talking about Krzyzewski. Duke's going down the shitter. They might not even have a first-round pick.
I forgot Marty existed. I wish you hadn't brought him up. But, Coley, what about the Pistons? What do you think they're going to do here?
I would love if Rowan played the piano.
What, is the pick in?
Oh, yeah.
The pick is in. Riggs,
they went out and they grabbed themselves Killian Hayes right out of France. I love the pick.
I love that he watched and won mixtape. That's all that matters.
This is arguably the best Killian in the draft, Killian Hayes from France. Who did you like on the and one mixtape, Riggs?
Got to go with Escalade, RIP.
Troy Jackson, I believe, was his name. I was a Spider guy, Dennis Mitchell. I like Spider. Coley, who'd you like?
Spider was great. I mean, Hot Sauce was the one. AO was great. But I'm a big half man, half amazing guy myself.
He broke a backboard in Pennsylvania and when I was in high school and they were on tour. It was awesome.
Roan, your favorite and one mixtape character?
I liked AO and I liked Escalade.
Okay.
Escalade was fat.
Very fat. Like shockingly fat. And now he's
how many of them were Philly guys, Ronan? No, AO was.
AO was a Philly guy. I think he was maybe the only true Philly guy, the only true North Philly guy that was on the main roster. I'd have to look it back up again, though.
Professor was from Oregon.
As far as Killian Hayes, the other Killian is from Washington, the Pacific Northwest himself. But this draft, like you mentioned, has two Killians, two Cassiuses, Winston and Stanley, and two Bays, Tyler and Sadiq. But Killian Hayes himself, his father went to Penn State, actually, and his mother is French. They're from a town called Cloette, and that town is famous for its granite quarries and its linen handkerchiefs. Over quarantine, Killian Hayes learned how to cut hair, and when he was growing up, he looked like a nerd.
Now, how do you become known for linen handkerchiefs and quarries? It seems like those are opposing ideals. One is a very soft thing, and one's a very hard thing. How does that happen, Rome?
I think it's a lot like Killian Hayes' game. He has a silky stroke. He shot 43% off the dribble from three, and that would be the handkerchief part of the game. But he could also get to the bucket if he needed to, and that's the granite quarry.
Now, Adam, are you at all concerned that he might be tissue soft and also throw up bricks?
That would be quite unfortunate, and that would remind me a lot of Markelle Fultz, a similar body type to Killian Hayes, but I think that we could trust that the Frenchman, who was, I think, born in America, should fare a little bit better.
Riggs, before we let you go, I have to ask you one more time. Calipari, done at Kentucky?
No, he's going to be there for 30 years.
And Riggs, I actually have a question. What college players, because you're tuned into the game, what college players do you think that we're going to be seeing in this 10 to 20 range that could actually wind up being a stud? And you can't say Tyrese Maxey.
You mentioned him, Sadiq Bey. We'll stick with Philly.
Riggs, I, 2, 3 even have a question. How has your life changed ever since you joined Action Bronson's entourage?
Well, I'm getting a lot more free stuff by accident, so that's a nice gift. But other than that, just trying to leave.
Riggs, were you here earlier? Did I say Stipo?
I signed on right after that, so I'm just guessing you probably said it wrong.
Okay, very good. That's probably an accurate guess. Riggs, thank you very much. Good luck to the Knicks, who are actually up next. We're going to let Riggs go, and we're going to bring in two bigger Knicks fans who apparently earned the right to be the Knicks fans on this pick. And that, of course, is KFC and Clem. Welcome to the boys. KFC is right there in the corner of the crowd. Clem is way too excited to be a Knicks fan. Why are you so excited, Clem?
I got Steve Cohen on my fucking chest. I got Joe Judge coaching my football team. Nothing but positives, Brandon fucking Walker. Positive vibes only. Once we make the pick, that's when we cry and we act fucking terrible.
What's with all the faces?
Well, first of all, I mean, that was just a horrendous introduction from Brandon Walker. I don't even know what he's saying. Second of all, Clem came in so hot. I was down with, of course, with Steve Cohen. But, I mean, positive vibes only for the Knicks fans on draft night is preposterous, Clem. I know we're trying to get things going, but we got to call a spade here. This is always a catastrophe of a night for us.
We have 3 nights, Kevin. We have draft night, we have the night of free agent starts, and we have opening night. And 0 for 3 every fucking time. But before then, we get our hopes up so we at least enjoy a little bit of NBA basketball before it all goes to shit.
Now, I'll tell you something. I don't know a goddamn thing about any of these fucking guys this year, but I'm in on Obi. Obi's got to be the pick here, right? Brooklyn boy. I literally just found out about him for the first time ever, and I'm in. He's a local guy, put up 20 a game. Obi's the pick.
He played basketball like 3 towns over from me, so he knows north of the wall. So I'm sold on him. That's all I need. I need either a point guard so I can be like, he runs the offense, or a guy who played within the same zip code as me. That's all I'm asking for. Not much.
Wait, Clem, you live like in the trees, so that this isn't even a guy who played like city basketball. That's who you're comfortable taking.
Well, he grew up in Brooklyn. He went to like 6 different high schools. When you go to like 3 high schools or more, you're a good basketball player. Let's just go agree on that one, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I think that being a Brooklyn boy with the name Obi, I'm thinking there is some T-shirt potential there. That's why I like him. Let's go. Make the right pick. Do something. Fucking for once, that's gonna make me happy.
Did the Knicks?
There are some other guys from New York though. Precious Achiuora from Memphis is another New York guy, and Cole Anthony is another New York guy. I mean, there's plenty of New York guys.
He's Knicks blood.
I think try on Devin Vassell.
New York guys.
Brandon, you're gonna run the show here. What's going on?
I said New York guys. I was just I don't know. They told me that it is. In fact, I know the pick. They've told me who the pick is. The pick is not in yet, but Woj is reporting it is in fact Obi Toppin.
All right. Let's go. I'll take it. It doesn't mean anything. We're still going to be a terrible team. It doesn't change a single thing. But I feel like they didn't botch the pick, I would hope.
Kevin, I disagree.
Coley hasn't liked to pick tonight. So
That's
Coley,
not
why do
true.
you disagree?
I mean, Obi Toppin stinks at basketball.
Really?
So, yeah, he cannot. There's not a single player in the NBA he can guard. He's Derek Williams 2.0. I know Derek Williams was on the Knicks. He's been on every team because he's bad. That's all this is Derek Williams 2.0.
Well,
he's very athletic. He'll dunk the ball a lot. Like, that'll be fun, but he can't stay on the court for long periods of time. He's not that good.
Sold. He's fun.
He can dunk. Cool. I'm in.
You guys got a basketball player who can dunk. It's pretty good.
I just saw him do a windmill. That's cool. Windmills are cool, and his name is cool. You're telling me that 20 a game in college is just nothing? There's nothing to get excited about.
I think he'd be like the second oldest player person on this panel right now.
Kevin. He was the best player in college basketball this past year.
Yeah, he's player of the year, right? I mean, Coley.
Adam Morrison.
Well, why are you doing this, Coley? Why?
Because he's an asshole.
I hate you.
You didn't know who the guy was 5 minutes ago, Kevin.
Kevin.
I mean, no one has ever come to me for my college basketball scouting, so it's not like a surprise. But this year, other than LaMelo, I have literally not known a single fucking guy, and I'm on an NBA draft show. I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing these guys' names. That's how out of touch I am this year.
And it was the longest period of time for you to possibly hear their names too, and still nothing.
Well, but my ignorance aside, this is a pretty shitty draft, right? I mean, these guys all fucking stink.
It's like a lot of role players.
Yeah, I mean, what, Brandon? What?
I saw a report from John Hollinger of ESPN the other day that even the worst draft has at least 20 important players down the road. The average draft produces 20 players that are going to play an important role in the NBA. So, no, I'm not going to let you guys play this sad-ass Knicks fan. Obi Toppin was player of the year.
What the fuck? Come on.
Brandon,
I'm telling you the facts. Go.
Brandon.
Yes.
John Hollinger traded a first-round pick for Jeff Green. His opinion is completely invalid.
Okay.
When Rowan was naming those players before, he said a guy named Precious. I thought that was a fake player. I thought he was just trolling
I was
us.
going to say, that guy, if it wasn't going to be Obi, I'll take a local guy with the name Precious Achumocho or whatever. That's got some potential to be fun as well. But fuck you, Brandon. Just fuck off. Clem came in with, like, the positive vibe.
I told you the player was good.
We've got 2 more people ready to beat your ass.
I told you Obi Toppin's good, and
I hate you so much, Brandon. I don't like anything about you.
All right, very good.
Let's get that Joe Judge blood flowing. He's ready to punch someone in the face.
I'm ready to kick the shit out of an offensive lineman or Brandon fucking Walker. I'll take you all down.
All right, thanks, guys. Get the fuck out. We're gonna bring in.
We'll see you.
Bring in the new guys. Nope, get the fuck out. We're gonna bring in the new guys. What a bunch of assholes they were. I hope Obi Toppin does suck, even though he's not gonna suck. All right,
He's gonna stink. He's gonna be terrible.
No, he's not. He's going to be fine.
No, he's not. He's bad at basketball.
His offensive game is good. His offensive game is very varied and is very good.
Can I say something?
Please.
His father's name is Obadiah.
Strong.
Obadiah Toppin. Obi is short for Obadiah. That's badass. He has the Amish community in his front pocket.
All right, let's bring in the Wizards here. The Washington Wizards are on the clock. Let's bring in PFT and Nate, and hopefully they are better than those last 2 motherfuckers. Hi, PFT.
What's up? How's it going? Yeah, Bullets fan here, PFT. I'm very excited about the prospect of maybe Halliburton joining the team, so I get to just run that joke into the ground within 6 days.
Nate, yourself?
Brandon, I'd like to apologize for how rude people were to you tonight. You're doing your best. I mean, I know the bar is very, very low for your best, so you've gotten at least 1 notch above the bar, but they've been extremely rude to you, and I'd like to apologize.
I can't have Nate talking shit to me. All right, PFT talk shit.
Brandon. Okay, Brandon, real quick. Let's rein this in, okay? Give me your draft grades, Brandon. I need you to grade the top 8 picks of the draft so far.
I thought the Knicks had a fantastic pick.
Yeah, I didn't ask that. I asked you to grade the draft picks.
Listen, fucking instructions.
You have to ask slower. It's Brandon.
For value. So I'm not talking about the best players. I'm saying the teams that did the best drafting in their position for value, even though we haven't seen them play in the NBA yet.
All right, Timberwolves, I'll give them an 88. The Warriors, I'll give them a 92.
Say fucking A, B, C, D.
Oh, it just depends on where you are, though. I mean, the sliding scale.
Well, Brandon, start with D. We know you never got above there, so D to F, just grade based on that scale.
So what do you guys think about the Wizards pick?
I think we take Denny Adviva from Maccabi Tel Aviv.
I agree. I like that. I want to have a diverse coalition of players on these Washington Bullets / Wizards teams.
He is extremely. He's a troop kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Not
a troop
maybe
guy.
The best kind of troop, but a troop nevertheless.
Wait, okay. I don't want to paint myself into a corner here. What do you mean by he's a troop goalie?
I think the letters are IDF.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, mandatory service. Got it.
Yeah.
So is Gal Gadot, and she was Wonder Woman, and she was fantastic.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, that'd be great if we had Rui Hachimura. We have an IDF soldier. We have a troop. We have Wagner. Wagner's on our team too. Wagner. Just Gary Payton II is on our. I mean, we have really a smorgasbord of different types of guys on our team.
And Bradley Beal.
The pick is in
for now.
Whoa. No.
The pick for the Wizards is in. And the pick is in fact Denny Avdija from he was the Israeli League most valuable player last season. Roan, tell me something about Denny Avdija.
Denny Avdija learned to play he learned to speak English by playing Call of Duty. He is the 3rd Israeli in recent memory to be drafted into the NBA behind Omar Kasapi, Joe Alexander, and TJ Leaf. He grew up loving the Bulls. He deferred his drafting from the Israeli army, and his father is named Zufi.
Wait, so he's a draft dodger. This is his first completed draft.
So, boys, are you happy?
Yeah, sure. What the hell? I think this. Yeah, championship.
Yeah, as two big basketball guys, just put the ring on it.
I mean, I am excited to see what Golden State is going to offer for Bradley Beal at this moment.
It's an interesting conundrum. What you got John Wall out there? Maybe you're trading him. Maybe you're trading Bradley Beal. I don't know. What are the Wizards going to look like next year?
Super team mostly.
They're going to look. They're going to look really probably drafting in the exact same spot a year from now.
All right, Coley, you haven't hated severely on the. For God's sake, somebody turn your phone off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All night.
It's one of you three.
It's not me.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for being here. We're going to go on.
Wait.
Yes,
Brandon, I don't want to tell you how to run your show, but can I get a draft grade from Coley and Roan? Because I don't know. I actually don't know what to think about this draft pick.
I think that this draft pick is an A-. I think that if you're looking for upside from a player, Denny Avdija could give you some of the best upside of anybody in this entire draft. He is an exciting player, an incredible stroke. We might look back in 5 years and say the Wizards had the steal of the draft.
Nobody beats the Wiz. I like it.
So good news, guys. Good news for you. The next guest hasn't shown up yet, so you're going to just stick here until we're done with you. And now the Phoenix Suns are on the clock.
Okay, if I'm the Phoenix Suns, I think I'm probably just not making it. I mean, there got to be guys lined up trying to get drafted by the Phoenix Suns right now, knowing what the initiation looks like for that team.
Okay, he's here. Sorry, PFT. Thank you very much.
PFT got that off. It was nice.
Yep, they're going to begin.
All right, very good. Thank you, PFT.
Overtime.
Thank you to the Wizards out there. Let's go ahead and bring in Jared. Hello, Jared. Massive Suns fan. Jared is here. Hello. Welcome. There it is. Suns out, guns out. What are you thinking tonight?
We're looking for a baller, Brandon Walker. We need someone that's going to be able to sink buckets and be able to dribble hard in the paint and be able to just put up points. That's the one thing, last year that we weren't able to do was end up having more points than the other team. And that's why at the end of the day, we went home and didn't win a championship. So if we're able to get someone that's good at points, can't stop this fucking team.
This seems like a great strategy. Coley, why aren't other teams looking for ballers like this?
I don't know, Brandon. It is really concerning that other teams tend to take bad players when they should be focused on selecting the good ones. It's a strategy I've not understood, and it's why I got fired from the Pacers in 2008.
Ron, would you go good player or bad player here?
I would go bad player, but again, that's why I'm not in the league. And guys like Jared are the shining lights in not only the basketball industry, but the baseball industry. And as I understand it, Mr. Carabas, you were just down in Arizona yourself.
Yeah. I was out there. We were getting ready for the draft. And again, I mean, Suns Out, Guns Out is the #1 Suns podcast in the world. And we can't do that without all the fans. So we were out there just meeting some of the fans of Suns Out, Guns Out. And they're excited about the draft, and I am too.
Name 3 of those fans you met.
I didn't get their names, Brandon. I mean, it's COVID. I mean, we weren't close enough to where I was like getting their names, but it was more like, hey, what's up? Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, consuming the content. Coley as well.
Yep. Coley as well.
Bang, bang.
Coley, you have hated every single pick tonight. How are you going to hate this pick?
I don't know if I'm going to. I know they'd been talking about Aaron Nesmith out of Vanderbilt. I'm a huge fan of him. I think he's got one of the best pure strokes I've ever seen in basketball history, quite honestly. They're in a pretty nice spot right now. They have a real point guard for the first time in a long time. No shots at Ricky Rubio, but for the first time in a long time, Devin Booker's taken another step yet again. I'm a big fan of DeAndre Ayton. I think he's going to take another step forward and maybe not get popped for a banned substance again this year. Right. I think the Suns are trending in the right direction for the first time in a long time. However, with all that being said, fuck Robert Sarver.
So they also absolutely dominated in the bubble this year. They didn't make the playoffs, but they dominated in the bubble. Then they had Chris Paul. It looks like they are one of the exciting young teams in the league. What can they add here to build on that? That was a real question.
Who's it to? You didn't direct it.
Yeah, you didn't direct everybody.
I think that there's wing help that they need, and they could also use a little bit of rim protection behind Ayton. Guys like Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson can light it up. They're modern players who can really give you a lot of help from the corners. They'll be stroking that 3. We could add another pure stroke like you're saying, but this draft has a dearth of big men who haven't really been scratched maybe they'll go here. I couldn't really see it happening. Maybe if it was a little bit later, but that could be an option that would help their roster composition as it stands.
Yeah. So we still want Frank Kaminsky?
What? You're the Suns guy.
I'm testing Coley to see if he can stay on the podcast or not.
I can't remember if he's a free agent or not, but he definitely hasn't been traded or anything.
All right, cool. Thank God.
So Frank Kaminsky could, in fact, still be a Phoenix Sun, or he might not be. Intrigue.
Aaron Baines is a free agent, though.
Yeah, we got to fix that. He's going to come back to the stick, baby.
Let's all name 1990s Phoenix Suns. Richard Dumas.
Tom Google.
Under Dan Marley.
These are all good. Jeff Hornacek? Anybody?
I thought Jared was going to go.
Oh, I don't. Hi, Jared.
90 team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching what they're saying on TV right now.
You could have Barkley if you'd like.
Yeah, Barkley. That was the year that we got fucked.
Kevin Johnson.
I'd like to point out that I have opened another Paloma Mamitas, which is.
What do you like about the Paloma, Brandon?
Oh, I don't know what Paloma is, but it is in fact delicious. I am enjoying the shit out of it. I really don't know what it is, but it is very, very good. It's fruity.
I'm going to try this mango. If you'll allow me to indulge.
Please, I would like for you to indulge. Coley, that dog has slept the entire time. Has that been a good dog for you?
Both dogs are asleep right now, Brandon. Very sleepy hounds, as you can see.
Oh, I'm just kidding. The Paloma is a tequila-based cocktail. This drink is most commonly prepared by mixing tequila, lime juice, and a grapefruit-flavored soda, such as Fresca, Squirt, or Jarritos, and served on the rocks with a lime wedge. So, shout out to Paloma. Okay, very good. So we are waiting on the Phoenix Suns. There's still good players out there. Sadiq Bey, still out there. Devin Vassell, still out there. Tyrese Halliburton, still out there. Where are they going to go, Coley?
I don't know. My mind is so drawn to Maxey out of Kentucky right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he went here so that the scoring doesn't go on a drought. When Devin Booker does check out, you can just swap him out for another Kentucky sharpshooter. Precious, as we were saying before, I wouldn't be surprised. His name was coming up a lot. Both Florida State guys. I know Phoenix always needs more defense, especially on the wing. I do agree with you that Vassell would be a great pick here.
If they want to stay in Arizona, the state of Arizona, there's a couple options they could go with as well. They could go with Josh Green, who plays for Arizona right now, a nice 3-and-D guy, defensive stopper, or perhaps the guard, the Italian Nico Mannion, who also plays at Arizona currently or used to this past year. They have some local options they could go with as well, but the world is the oyster for the Phoenix Suns, as anyone knows, as well as Carabas.
Yeah, no doubt.
So the Phoenix Suns are apparently taking all the time in the draft tonight. Would you like to just talk about Mississippi State's Major League Baseball players with me right now?
You're out want to ask me about fucking baseball right now?
Yeah.
You know how long I've been waiting for tonight, and you want to ask me
We're on the clock, Brandon.
Hunter Renfroe is good. Brandon Woodruff is very good. Mitch Moreland is good. All from Mississippi
I understand, Brandon wants to talk about Mississippi State baseball players, but right now, this moment is about the Phoenix Suns and all the fans in Arizona right now that have been going nuts. We're trying to get a good basketball team. We're trying to bring basketball back to the Phoenix area. And I don't really – I know what you're trying to do here. I'm not here to talk about baseball.
That's right.
Well, the pick is in. So we will find out very soon who it is. And it is, in fact, Jalen Smith.
Wow.
Jalen Smith, the power forward from Maryland with the goggles. Jared, I know that you're just blown away right now with Jalen Smith.
Yeah, he's 6'10", which I got something for you here, Brandon Walker. That's the same height as the Undertaker. So if I told you that
Jared, shut the fuck up. We're not here to talk about wrestling. All right.
Well, it's just we're talking
basketball.
Brandon, we're talking basketball. Here's it's called an analogy. Okay. If I told you 30 years ago that instead of the Undertaker walking into Survivor Series, that instead he got drafted by the Phoenix Suns, what would you say?
I would have been very confused because he had been in wrestling for 3 or 4 years at that point.
Yeah, but 6'10". All right. So have we drafted the basketball version of the Phenom? I don't know. That's a question for you to answer. You're the analyst.
Roan, is he in fact the Undertaker?
So another 6'10" guy who played down in Arizona, Randy Johnson. He might be Randy Johnson himself. There is a dearth of 6'10ers down in Arizona. And this one just popped up on the graphic as Jeff D. Lowe brought to you. He's actually given out his Netflix password to over 350 people, which puts him in the top 1% of 1% of all Netflix users. In fact, as it says right there, that has been confirmed as a world record. I don't know how he gets around the algorithms, but this Mr. Basketball shares not only The Rock, but his Netflix password.
Yeah, you know what you read into something like that is the fact that he doesn't care if his Netflix account gets canceled because he's so focused on being a contender and a winner in Phoenix. You don't even care. Netflix who?
Feels like he's the ultimate team guy if he's giving out the Netflix password to that many people.
Another great point. It's another great point by you, Brennan.
Thank you, Jared. Listen, always good to have you. You've got basketball expertise that is unmatched. We appreciate you being here. And we're going to move on right now. Thank you, Jared. We're going to bring in the next team that's on the clock. It is the San Antonio Spurs, which means we'll go to San Antonio and bring in our friend from Zero Blog 30. We'll bring in Uncle Chaps. It is Spurs fan Chaps tonight. Hello, Chaps.
Hey, guys. You guys are being hilarious. I love it.
Thanks, Chapsy.
It's like a show over here.
You haven't watched a second of it, have you?
No, I did. I saw the Undertaker thing. That was great. And then I like Roan with the keyboard. That was cool.
So the Spurs are on the clock. What are you thinking here, Chaps?
Oh, I have so many thoughts about where my beloved Spurs should go. I really like the Nico Mannion kid, mainly because he shares a name with Kate. That will be easy for me to remember. I'll know at least one person's last name on the Spurs, which would be quite an improvement over years past. So I'm excited about him. Nico, I think, is going to be the pick. If not him, I think they're going to go with another guy. So let's go.
Oh, astute observation. Coley, do you think they might go with Nico Mannion or another guy?
I'm going to predict no. Neither. I think there's a tenacious young prospect out there available right now that a lot of these draft so-called experts are overlooking, and that's Chaps' daughter.
McCartney. I'll be honest. McCartney has stopped playing a little bit since the quarantine, but I believe that McCartney could be back in top defensive form in no time. And with Pop's help and Becky Hammond being the assistant coach there, I think that a really good chance. So I'm hoping.
Roan, you've seen the tape. What about his daughter's defensive abilities and how would it translate to the NBA game?
It's tenacious. Tenacious like Glenny Balls seasoning a big piece of meat. And Chaps, I know that you are one of the forefront barbecue minds. When you see a young kid like Glenny Balls trying to get into the barbecue game, what does the Texas in you think?
Well, I think it's a lot like this NBA draft, Ron, where you see somebody like Glenny Balls and maybe he doesn't have the polish right now. Maybe he's not have a beautiful step back jumper like James Harden in the barbecue pit, but he does have the intangibles. He has the desire and he has the ability to be coached. And I think if Glenny Balls gets on the right team, it's all about fit with Glenn. If he comes in and gets the wrong fit, not good. But you give him a strong coach with a couple veteran players, I think that he'll be a top tier barbecue guy in the future.
We have got to have a conversation between us. Can we just take a 20-second timeout and be honest with each other? Whose phone is that? Whose phone is it? It ain't mine.
Brandon, before we even get to that, I would like to take a timeout to say I am shocked it took you an hour and 9 minutes to call a timeout.
I saved all my timeouts for the second half of the show. All right, I'm a smart coach. Whose phone is it? Ron, is it your phone? Coley, is it your phone?
It's not my phone. It's not my phone, but it's my computer, and I don't know how to silence it without silencing you guys. I don't know how to do this. It's linked up. How do I stop it?
Settings, notifications.
Where?
Turn off your sound from your notifications in the control panel.
Adam, yeah, you got to click on like the gear shift thing.
Oh my God! System preferences.
Chaps,
system preferences, friend.
We're doing this all night. Ding, ding.
Yeah, go
ding.
to the little Apple thing and then drop down. You go to notifications. You got to toggle those bad boys off.
You believe this, Tommy?
I like the notification, Tommy. What does Tommy think?
I think it's good. I think you should stick with it and just say that you have information coming in every time they come. Like we have more information coming in. It's from a source, that type of thing.
No. Yeah. Say it again.
Stop the dinging.
Stop the dinging. Somebody stop the dinging.
I'm trying. Tommy, I'm trying.
Come tell Ron. Look at Ron. There he is. Tell him. Tell him.
Stop it, Ron. Stop the dinging.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Tommy. I hate to let you down.
It's all right. But the San Antonio Spurs are still on the clock, and it seems like the further we go in this draft, the more clock these teams are using, and it's really kind of pissing me off.
I think they're a lot like us, where they don't know a lot about these players. They're just finding out, going through the big board as it scrolls on like ESPN, and they're just Googling. I think that's all they're doing. I mean, they
Watching
didn't even,
highlights.
kids didn't even play. How can you get drafted? You don't even play.
So best on the board, Tyrese Halliburton is still out there. You got Aaron Nesmith from Vanderbilt, Tyrese Maxey. Did Sadiq Bey get drafted? I haven't scratched him off.
As a military guy, I'd stay away from Halliburton because it looks like we're going to pull out of Afghanistan. Those stocks are going to be going down.
Wow. Rome, the pick is in. It truly is beautiful.
That's
Thank you
all
very
right.
much. It is Devin Vassell, the shooting guard from
Devin
Florida State. Started 0 games as a freshman. Rome, tell me about Devin Vassell.
Devin Vassell is also a Virgo. His teammate Patrick Williams and he are the 2 top Virgos in this draft. And if you base your power rankings exclusively on the signs of these players, they would both be top 5 picks. Really nice pick. His favorite Bible verse, and maybe Chaps can speak to this one, is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it's the same favorite Bible verse as Steph Curry.
Chaps, Steph Curry's favorite Bible verse.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like getting Air Force One versions of a Bible verse. Like for me personally, I want you to go deeper, but I do want to mention the fact that Devin, what I do like about him is he's 6'5", which is the same height as the Undertaker, which is pretty incredible.
Indeed, it is probably the height of Mark Calloway, even though he's billed at 6'10". Ron, Coley, somebody tell me something more about Devin Vassell. Look at the highlights.
Yeah, he has an incredible stroke. We can just say that about him. People love his stroke. And most people, when they get drafted to the NBA, they'll shine with a shoe company, an apparel company. When Devin Vassell got his little deal to play in the NBA, he signed with Wingstop, believe it or not. So this guy is messing around with chicken. He's fucking with chicken.
Chaps, he's fucking with chicken. He has a good stroke. What do you think?
I too fuck with chickens and have a good stroke, so I think it's a perfect fit for San Antonio.
All right, thank you very much, Chaps. Huge San Antonio fan, came in with so much knowledge and information. We appreciate that. Speaking of knowledge and information, we're going to bring in somebody right now that has neither. It is, in fact, it's him again. Okay, it's Marty Mush. All right. Okay, hey Marty, do the Duke thing again.
No, there is 2 Duke players. We got Marvin Bagley, who's unbelievable. He's the 3rd, and also Harry Giles has been hurt since 2004, so I'm not sure if he plays.
He's not even on the Kings. He's a free agent.
Well, he was on there, Coley. All right,
He was. It's true.
He shouldn't even be allowed to be a free agent. We never played. But Brandon, a lot of people are like airing out how much they don't like you on the show today.
I don't know what it is. I'm just a professional. I'm going to do my job. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that right now. It won't be until later on when I can get up here. Then I can text Erica about everything that's happened tonight.
That's a good plan. Management.
Did you see when the most fearsome fighter on the planet threatened to beat his ass? That was my favorite part of the night.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Now, he also wants to fight Roan. Roan disrespected his friend.
It's not that he wants to fight me. I think it's more that he wants to beat my ass as I curl up into a ball.
Correct. Yes. I feel like he wanted to fight me, though. I feel like he wanted me to fight back, so it would be more satisfactory when he kills me.
I think he'll take any amount of satisfaction he can get beating your lifeless body. Now, I also wonder, Marty, do you think Stipe Miocic could ball up Adam Ferrone and use him as a weapon against Brandon Walker?
Oh, yeah. He could wipe Roan with his ass if he really wanted to. He could do whatever he wants, that guy.
That didn't make sense at all.
Roll him up into a ball. That's how you do toilet paper. You crumple it up.
Oh,
I don't think you can wipe Roan with his ass.
I think he might be. But I do want to say something. The Kings pick is in, and it's coming up soon. If they pick.
The pick is in.
If they pick Polanski, I'm going to lose my mind.
If they pick who? They have picked Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa State, 6'5" point guard, and why are there so many faces right there? That's a fact. What's that mean, bro? Why are there so many faces?
Those are Tay Zonade. Now, you might remember him from YouTube, the singer of Chocolate Rain. His stat is that he is about 16 Tay Zonades, if my math is correct. Now, he's 16 Tay Zonades, but that's 11 years older than Tyrese Halliburton is. Would you believe this, fellas? Tyrese Halliburton is only 5 years old due to the fact that he was born on Leap Day, February 29th in the year 2000. He's from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the same town that houses the kids' superstore Oshkosh Bagosh. And when he was in middle school, he played with one of the heroes from this year's NBA Finals, Tyler Hero.
Ah, yes, indeed. Are you making pigs in a blanket?
Hey, Ron, you see the three?
You're making pigs in a blanket, huh? Yeah, I'm making pigs in a blanket.
You know the top three things on your computer, the top right?
Yeah.
Just put that and it says "Do not disturb." It'll go off.
Wait, I'm clicking on notifications.
Yep, notifications up there.
And where does it? So I brought it up. It's not saying "Do not disturb" though.
Wait, we're actually not going to lose Marty. He's going to stay on here so he can do this fake fan bit that he's been working on. We're going to bring in right now. We're going to bring in Ben Mintz, Barstool Mitzi. There he is. He's back in the office, and he's wearing that Ole Miss sweatshirt. You son of a bitch! Hi, Ben.
Oh, man, excited for the New Orleans Pelicans. 2 first-round picks tonight, 13th and 24th. And, man, it's just so exciting what's going to happen with this franchise the next few years. They had a 6% lottery ball to get Zion Williamson last year. And with Zion, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Jackson Hayes, great core. Stan Van Gundy's going to be a big upgrade over Gentry.
You missed J.J. Redick there.
Oh, no. J.J. Redick's a huge part of this thing as well. But I'm excited for the future, and I hope they get Sadiq Bey here because I think what they need is depth at the wing. They've got Zion and Ingram at the 3 and the 4. They got Melly who can shoot some threes, but I would like them to get Sadiq Bey because he can guard multiple positions, and he's also a pretty good shooter.
Whoa, Ben, can I stop you there?
Yeah,
I don't know if you've been watching the show, but you were coming with way too much information, way too many facts, and way too much knowledge about the situation. Nobody's really done that so far, so I don't know what you're doing.
Okay, my bad. I just got on the stream. I'm just excited. I'm excited for this Pelicans future.
You're right. You also know, Mincy.
Oh boy.
You also know, Mincy. We can't have Cole Anthony on this team.
No, I don't think it. I could see him getting Tyrese Maxey or Kira Lewis, both as options here too. But I think Sadiq Bey's the guy because they need depth more at the 3 and the 4. They've already got Lonzo Ball, Eric Bledsoe, Hart, J.J. Redick, George Hill, and NAW at the guard. So I think Bey is kind of where I hope they go here.
Coley, do you like Sadiq Bey?
I do. I'm all in on pretty much really any Villanova guys as long as Wright is commanding the ship out there. But Minty, don't you think some of those guards, especially the newly acquired ones, are about to be shipped out of town in your quest to get the most first-round picks, more so than the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Yeah, I don't know how long-term Bledsoe is there for, but I do think he's going to start the season with them. So I don't think he's a long-term solution. Obviously, he's got 2 years left on his deal, but I do love the core. I love the core of this team, and I think they need to just add to that. And as I said, they need depth on the wing. Of course, the NBA draft's not about drafting for need. You want to draft the best potential upside, so that has to be a factor as well. Respect.
So sources behind the scenes are indicating that New Orleans has been discussing trade scenarios with this pick. Maybe they're looking to ship some guys out and get some more picks later. I don't know. Mincy, what do you think? What if you traded this pick? What if you didn't make this pick?
Well, David Griffin makes a lot of trades, and we've seen that so far in his year and a half starting. So I wouldn't be totally shocked if they moved on from this. They've got about 9 guys on the roster I think they're pretty committed to. So I wouldn't be shocked, but right now, I hope they take Sadiq Bey. I got to be honest. I'm really cheering for that right now.
And Marty, Mincy's going to take you to New Orleans. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm already welcomed by the Pelicans fans. We're going to sit courtside. I'm going to probably run naked through NOLA. It's going to be a great time. I just want here there's no Cole Anthony or no RJ Hampton because RJ Hampton talks shit to me, even though he's a Barstool guy.
Ron, did he talk shit to Marty?
Now, RJ Hampton did come into the office. He's a guy that's affiliated with the New Zealand Breakers, and he did talk a little bit of shit to Marty, but I think that was more about a childish mutual respect that they had. And if, like Ben said, you're looking for the guy who has the highest upside in this draft a couple years from now, just like he said with how they picked NAW last year, I think that RJ Hampton could be the highest upside pick right here.
It very well could. The pick is not quite in yet. I guess they are talking about trades. I don't know what they're going to do. Somebody tell me about the Pelicans. Ben, you got Zion last year. Obviously, that was the biggest input. That was the biggest injection of excitement for that franchise. Does it seem like they are gaining on the Saints as far as popularity down there?
That'll never happen because people grew up with the Saints in the Gulf Coast, and the Hornets moved in around 2000, and so it's not quite as entrenched in the culture. But it is going to be a whole lot of fun when you look at just Zion and Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball and Jackson Hayes. And the biggest thing was getting Alvin Gentry's dumb ass out of there. I mean, he didn't even know who they were playing in some home games, the day of games, I heard from sources. Anybody is better than him. And I think Stan Van Gundy's going to have them playing defense and playing harder. And I think this is about to be a really, really fun era. I don't know if they're going to be a top 4 team in the West next year or anything, but I think the entertainment value is going to be off the charts.
All right, moving on from Alvin Gentry's dumbass. Go ahead, Rome. The pick is in fact in, and they have gone with a point guard from Tuscaloosa, Kyra Lewis Jr. What do you think, Ben?
I like it. He's got a lot of upside. In the mock draft I looked at, they had him taking him. He made 48.8% of his three-point attempts down the stretch for Alabama. And, they're all about the floor spacing because Zion Williamson can create so many open looks for guys. And so I'm not upset. They certainly think he's got upside. I like his 6'3" size, too, at point and length at point guard.
All right, Ron, tell me more about Kyra.
Kyra Lewis wound up down there the year after Colin Sexton left, but he was kind of in that afterbirth of Colin Sexton at Alabama, a really exciting place to be. He's a Steelers fan. Like Jeff said, he is the 28th most famous Lewis in the world right now, right after Huey Lewis and the News. And people have been saying quite often that if there were a redraft in 5 years, he would be a top 5 pick. Now, I don't know why he would just be wouldn't just be a top 5 pick this year, but they're saying in 5 years, we'll look back and say that he should have been a top 5 pick. So maybe this is a steal.
But Cole, if you had a redraft in 5 years, wouldn't that be unprecedented?
Definitely. It would for sure be the first time they actually redrafted the entire draft, especially that deep into players' careers.
Oh, Ben, let me stop you, Ben, because you are going to be back. You're going to be back in just a second. They got the number 24 pick, right?
Yes, they do. Kyra Lewis played for Avery Johnson at Alabama, who's a New Orleans guy and grew up in New Orleans, so maybe there's a little tie there I'd like to mention.
So we will bring back Ben Mintz, and we will bring back Marty Mush when the Pelicans come back in a little bit. But right now we're bringing in one of the major franchises in the NBA, certainly, 17 championships. Coley's a fan of them. So is John Feidelberg, who joins us now because the Boston Celtics. What?
What am I doing here?
What? Why does everybody have something to fucking say when they come on?
Yeah.
Right?
Why am I here?
Are you a
I'm glad
Celtics fan?
John's here. I'm glad John's here.
You put a gun to my head.
Talk
Yes.
for 2 fucking minutes, John, and just shut the fuck up.
Okay. What do we got? Do we draft Sheck West or not?
Definitely not. What are you kidding me?
I don't know. That's who. I don't even know who that is. I just know he's trending on Twitter.
John, I actually am glad you're here because I don't know if you saw earlier, Stipe Miocic threatened to beat up Brandon Walker and Adam Ferrone, but mostly Brandon. That's where most of his ire was drawn. You've recently been talking a whole lot of guff about you being able to beat up really tough people. I think you and Brandon should maybe team up together to try and take down Putin and Stipe.
Hang on a second. I think saying I could take Stipe would be a crazy thing. Saying I can take a 5'7", 150-pound, 70-year-old, I don't think is crazy.
But don't
Listen,
you think
keep calling him 5'7", he's going to get quite pissed.
Don't you think what he has behind him makes him just as dangerous as perhaps Stipe?
Yeah, but I didn't say I could take on Russia. I just said I could be if Vladimir Putin had to follow the rules of the ring and it's just me versus Vladimir, I win that fight every time.
Rules follower,
right now,
Vladimir Putin.
I think Feidelberg easily wins against Putin. If we're going tail of the tape, he's bigger, faster, stronger, he's younger. Everything goes in his direction.
I think it's an absolute no-brainer.
The pick is in, Ron. The Celtics have made their pick, and I believe Coley is going to be happy because it is a guy he has talked about all night. He likes this guy, Aaron Nesmith from Vanderbilt, a very sharp shooter. Go ahead, Coley.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. Our bench scoring, every time we bring in a wing off the bench, anytime Jalen sits, anytime Tatum sits, it's a fucking catastrophe. Aaron Nesmith, I wasn't kidding. I'm glad I said it on the show beforehand because people would have just called me a fucking liar. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone with an easier release from distance in my entire life at just playing basketball. Literally no one. This dude is smooth as fuck. He defends. Can he dribble? Can he create right now? No, he can't. You know what? I don't fucking need him to. I need him to come in, put the ball in the hoop. That's what I need him to do. Look at this thing.
Oh, what do you think
about his release from distance?
That is, Coley said it best. I really couldn't say it any better. Yeah, it's a beautiful release from distance, and the wing stuff was all true. And fucking Vanderbilt's smart guy, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Always got to have some brains on the court.
And he's a rowdy tough boy. If you don't play for Jerry Stackhouse unless you're a rowdy tough boy. So he fits right in with the culture Danny Ainge has built here, which is not even really drafting basketball players. It's drafting people who want to fight all the time. Welcome to Boston, Aaron Nesmith.
Roan, talk to me about Nesmith real quick.
Aaron Nesmith, before he was prohibited by his college coach, was a Razor scooter enthusiast who would actually go to like skate parks and ride his Razor scooter on half pipes and stuff like that. He could do some low-level tricks.
Is that true?
Yeah, and his favorite church song is On Eagle's Wings, and every morning he starts the day off with a small coffee and a bag of room temperature Funyuns. So he has a weird thing about room temperature Funyuns. It was just it's right on the graphic right there. It's that's his main shit.
Could someone explain that to me? Where do you get non-room temperature Funyuns?
Yeah, do you warm them up?
John, do you put everything in your freezer? Isn't that the only thing that has food in your house?
I understand I'm obscure, but like, who put Funyuns in the freezer? Who put Funyuns in the fridge? You just leave them in a cabinet. They're all room temp.
All right, Fights. Thank you
Maybe
very much.
Cold.
My pleasure.
Unparalleled Celtics knowledge from you, Fights.
Yeah.
We really need to do there. We appreciate it. There you go. So we're going to move on to the next team, which is somebody. It is the Orlando Magic. And Riggs, who was a Detroit Pistons fan a couple of minutes ago, is now an Orlando Magic fan wearing a Knicks jacket. Welcome back, Riggs.
How can I follow up Fights with that fucking knowledge? Come on.
It was unbelievable. Follow it up right now. Give me 3 pieces of knowledge right now.
3 pieces of knowledge right now.
Yes.
You asked earlier about you asked Marty what Hubert Humphrey, what VP was he?
Yes.
Lyndon Johnson, right?
Probably.
Sure,
Number 2.
we'll go with that. Lyndon Johnson from Texas. There's 2.
That's 2. Give me a third.
Also from Texas, Tyrese Maxey, who I'm glad the Celtics didn't draft.
Oh, Tyrese Maxey's still out there, but he's not going to last.
Straight up and get him. I'm not worried about that one bit.
He's not going to last till the Knicks pick again.
I want if he falls to 23, I'm doing the shirtless. Actually, just jacket.
You're doing the what?
I said I'll do this just in a jacket, no shirt if he falls to 23.
That sounds exciting. Roll the pick is in. The pick is in, and it is Cole Anthony, son of former NBA player Greg Anthony, played at North Carolina. Roan, tell me about Cole Anthony.
So I talked to another UNC guy, Mr. Caleb Presley, about Cole Anthony, and he said he didn't know anything about him. But after a little research, I found out that Cole Anthony can dribble between his legs, behind his back. He's New York's highest-rated guard since Stephon Marbury, and he is the highest-rated Taurus in this draft.
Oh, Taurus. Is he the first Taurus in this draft?
He's the first Taurus taken and the highest-rated Taurus, yes.
Oh, if you're a Magic fan, Riggs, what do you think about taking a Taurus?
It's like my 6 of the horoscopes. I don't know how I feel about Taurus. How about you guys?
Is that Taurus a bull? Taurus is a bull.
It sure
right?
is, friend.
Yeah, so that's good. Anytime you can take a bull.
Friend, I'm a Taurus, and you know who else plays like a Taurus? That's Mr. Cole Anthony. Now, a lot of people might know him from his connection to Larry Johnson from the Knicks, but he was a big downhill player who loves to get to the rim, and he is the bull in a china shop, proverbially, of course, that the NBA needs. He had a tough down year last year at UNC, one of the worst years in recent memory for them, but I think that he wasn't to blame. A lot of the load was on his shoulders.
Now, Larry Johnson played Grandmama, and he had 2 stints on Family Matters with Steve Urkel. And didn't you guys think it was weird that Steve Urkel showed that he was a great basketball player in Season 3? Yet in Season 5, people still doubted that he was a good basketball player?
Would you take him or Carlton Banks as a better basketball player?
Oh, Steve Urkel was a good player. It's not Steve against Carlton. It's Steve against Will Smith. Steve was a good player.
Season 5, Steve Urkel, though.
Well, season 5, he played with Grandmama, and they won the tournament over Spider Jackson. Spider Jackson was a jerk. And then Eddie was going to be Steve Urkel's partner, but then he said, I'm going to be on Spider Jackson's team, who was played, ironically, by the guy who plays Eddie Winslow's real-life brother. Okay, that is our Family Matters talk for the night. 2-on-2, though. I would take Urkel and Eddie Winslow against Will Smith and Carlton Banks because Carlton is an absolute liability on both ends of the floor.
But Will was still winning with him.
Yeah, but he was winning against bad competition. He lost in season 2 to that other guy who went to Georgetown.
The team you just put him up against is not staunch competition. Like, he's going to demolish them.
Urkel was good. I'm telling you guys, Urkel was good. Riggs, thank you very much for the stimulating conversation about Urkel. I think we're going to have you back in just a second. If we don't, we're going to miss you. Maybe we'll have you back. I don't know. I don't fucking
we'll
know
see.
anymore. We got to have Trista now. God, we're just recycling people. Ron, welcome, Trista, please.
Trista, welcome on. We are very happy to have you on. Brandon's having a little bit of a meltdown, but you have a new jacket on, a different type of jacket, and that is very exciting. Now, Trista, you came under some fire today for a take that you had about Kansas basketball, and what better place than an NBA draft show to let you defend your take about Kansas basketball?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. Paul Pierce is the only major superstar to come out of Kansas in the modern era. I don't know that that's such a crazy take. People want to say that Joel Embiid is some sort of superstar, even though he can't stay healthy for longer than a year. So, yeah, I wouldn't say it's such a crazy take. Coley, Bailey had a nuts take that right now Joel Embiid is better than Paul Pierce.
Yeah, right now, yeah, I'm sure he'd give Pierce like 37 and 14, but for his career, no, it's not even fucking close. No, Ron's about to say something stupid.
I don't think he meant like them both playing right now. I think he meant right now in his career over the course of Paul Pierce's career.
Now, I just wanted to clear the air.
Can I ask you, how excited are you that Portland's coach is in fact not Steve Nash?
I'm very disappointed, Brandon. As you, a huge Nash fan, probably one of the most qualified 2-time MVPs. Very smart, high IQ, excellent character, very high character. If I could get Steve Nash and trade Terry Stotts for him, I would right now.
Ron, do you have trade music?
It's the same music.
I think that's the pick music. Why don't we get a little different trade music? Minnesota is acquiring Oklahoma City's Ricky Rubio, the 25th and 28th pick, for a package that includes a number 17 pick. So Minnesota moving up to number 17. Sources tell another place that isn't us. So congratulations to them. Rubio, 25th, 28th for a package that includes a number 17 pick. Trista, what do you think about the package?
I'm confused why Minnesota and OKC keep trading across the board. I can't figure out who has more first-round picks. I'm doing the math in my head. Can someone tell me?
Ron probably can.
Yeah, they actually have the exact equal number of picks if you extrapolate over all of time. But Trista, I'm excited to hear what your thoughts are on the big addition that your Blazers made when they traded for big shot Bob Covington.
Yeah, I wanted Robert Covington when he was playing for Philly back in 2016. As you know, Rome, he was a great 3-and-D guy even back then and got moved around, bounced around to the Timberwolves, bounced around to the Houston Rockets. Tough guy. We're soft as marshmallows. 2 little pygmy guards. Traded Ricky Rubio. 2 pygmy guards that cannot defend. So I think Rocco's going to be big for us. I'm happy to trade 16 or whatever else we're trading for him.
Okay, well, that felt problematic as hell. So Portland's still on the clock. Trista, what are you hoping for out of this pick?
Well, I don't think we are. I think we gave the pick up. It's gone. The pick's gone.
I don't believe.
The pick's gone.
Detroit was picked.
Yeah.
Oh, Detroit. You're talking about, you said Portland.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Portland's picking for Detroit.
Right. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So for Portland, that pick is gone. We shipped him out. That was what we were talking about in terms of Robert Covington.
Okay, what are you hoping Detroit does with Portland's pick?
I like Sadiq Bey. I still like him. I like Tyrese Maxey. I think you take the best guy available. Detroit is just I think Greeny or Reed said it best. I get them mixed up. Detroit's just a dumpster fire. So take the best guy that you possibly can.
About 45 minutes ago, you were dressed in muted colors and you had a dog on your lap. Now, about an hour later, you have the dog is gone and you have this on. Why?
Well, I think Big T really inspired me to dress for the occasion. Big T looking like he was going to be on jury duty. I thought I would bring out the big guns.
Ron, has Big T ever inspired you?
Big T has inspired me to do many things. Grow taller, for one. Have longer toes is another one. And to work on my prose. Big T has a beautiful singing voice, but also a fantastic knowledge of Byron, Shelley, Keats, and many other poets.
Ron, the pick is in. And it is, in fact, Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart, center from Washington, wears number 33 because he idolizes Patrick Ewing. Seems like that's a difficult person for a 19-year-old to idolize, as seeing as though Patrick Ewing was retired before he was even born. That's weird, is it not, Ron?
Yeah, it's pretty weird, but what's even weirder is this guy was so big that he could not even fit onto Jeff Delo's graphic. Absolutely preposterous size on Isaiah Stewart, one of the biggest guys in the draft for sure. He's one of about 18 children in his family, so he really had to fight not only for basketball court time, but for his mother's attention, and that really manifests itself when you see this guy hitting the boards. He is tenacious as a rebounder, he won't take no for an answer, and he has some parental issues.
Trista, what's that photograph on the wall there?
Oh, that's a family photo.
Oh, lovely. Beautiful. Beautiful people out there in Portland. So we're gonna
That's in the middle.
Well, that's a plant right there on that side.
No, the other side. That's me in the middle.
Okay, well, who's that on the right?
That's parental issues. That's my sister and my single mom.
I see. Okay, so you will be back. Are you going to have another change of clothes?
I am. Stay tuned.
Say what?
Stay tuned.
Ron, did she mean stay tuned, or is this some sort of new lingo?
I think that it might be a reference to a tweet that she's using some self-deprecating humor, Brandon.
The typo that turned into turn that was tuned, and then it's a typo, and now that's just what we're doing.
I see. That is very clever. We look forward to seeing you again. So, Coley, we're now getting into the part of the draft where it's hit or miss whether we're going to know these players or not.
I don't think so. Most years I would agree with you. This year, since there was no real separation of tiers that we typically get with those super upper echelon can't miss guys and those next high risk, high reward guys, and then all like the players. This year is all kind of blended together. So I do think it's a more of a depth of knowledge this year compared to other years.
Ron, who's the best player available right now?
Now, you guys have talked about Sadiq Bey and Tyler Bey a lot. I want to talk about a guy named Theo Maldion. He is a Frenchman, and this player is absolutely shredded, the sveltest man in the draft. What I like to do is I like to look at a draft prospect when he pops his top off and say, does he have vacuum-sealed abs of steel, or is he flabby? And Theo Maldion has a 2.8% body fat percentage, the same body fat that world-class speed skater Apollo Anton Ono had in 2010 when he bulked up to his heaviest, his highest weight. So he has a speed skater's svelte body, and Theo Maldion, if we're just sexualizing these guys, has to be the next pick.
It's about time we started sexualizing these guys. It really took too long for my taste. But does he have the meaty thighs that a speed skater normally has?
You know, he's more of an abs guy. I think that he really is almost looks dehydrated if you look at his body. But he is, he is a quite the physical specimen, one to look at for sure. But it looks like we have another pick coming in.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know what you're looking at because I don't see it at all. Is there? Oh, there is, in fact, a pick. Minnesota has selected That guy right there.
Pokusevski.
There he is, the youngest player ever to play for Olympiacos. And boy, did he have a career in EuroLeague, averaging 0.3 points per game. Coley, you got to be excited when you get somebody that scored 6 points his entire career.
These European prospects always have the funniest stat lines, especially when they get drafted ahead of players we've known and watched and heard of before. But they're always kind of hit or miss. This dude is a stick of a human being. It looks like even the slightest breeze, and he is up in the telephone wires being electrocuted to death. That's honest to God what it looks like.
So I'm going to bring in Jake Marsh to hang out while we wait for the next pick. But he's coming in. Roan, since we were sexualizing the last guy who was so good looking with no fat, this guy just looks terrible.
Pokusevski has been known by a lot of people as the Serbian Durant. He has incredible touch. He is known as the Serbian Durant across all of Europe. And if we want to keep it in the world of the stars, he is the highest rated Capricorn on most boards. If you looked at the top of the draft board this year, exclusively from an astrological standpoint, there were a lot of Leos. It was very Leo heavy. LaMelo Ball, Leo. Killian Hayes, Leo. Anthony Edwards, Leo. But Pokusevski is the top Capricorn in this draft and on most draft boards. It's really something you have to look out for.
Well, can I ask you this? Do you have a chart with every sign and every player on it? I
just took notes of, say, the top 14 draft picks on more of an astrological sign.
Sure.
It's not necessarily how they play on the court, but how they project in the stars.
Jake, what is your sign?
I believe I'm Libra.
Libra. Oh, how would he project into this draft, do you think, Ron?
Well, Libra is it insinuates freedom, a free playing style. And so in this draft, you see a lot of guys who like to play to the beat of their own drummer, but a lot of defensive guys. So I would worry a Libra wouldn't be able to buckle down and slap the four on defense, but you know that he's going to have a very free-flowing, cerebral type of game.
I would like to make an announcement. The pigs in a blanket have arrived. I do have pigs in a blanket for the second half of the draft. Coley, I know you were worried about that. I appreciate your support. I have the pigs in a blanket. Jake, pigs in a blanket, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, definitely. Coley?
Yes.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, that apparently Jeff DeLoe has made up a graphic very, very quickly, and that is, in fact, Alexei Pokusevski, the Serbian.
Alexei Pokusevski.
Thank you very much, Jake. I said it exactly like that right before you corrected me.
Just like you said, Stipe perfectly.
I meant to say Stipe. Did I say Stipo? Were you watching, Jake?
I saw the clip of him calling you out and correcting you, but I didn't. I need to see a replay of how you said it.
I need to see the clip to see if I said it because he might be wrong. He might just. Well, I'm not.
Now you're calling him wrong on top of everything else.
I should probably just stop talking about him. It seems like the best case scenario from. Yes, Ron.
I would just like to say that if we had to go through the players who are still available, I am frankly shocked that Tyrese Maxey is still on the board. This guy is an absolute stud. He might work out well in Dallas. He will be a scoring addition to what they have going on there with Luka. But after we saw what Kentucky players did, and I know we can't base everything on a player's alma mater, but after we saw what they all did in the playoffs, you have to think that those pigs are really in a blanket.
Well, those were quite hot. Those were hotter than I anticipated.
Did you burn your tongue?
No, it was the roof of my mouth, not really the tongue, because I compressed it upwards. I find when I'm going to burn something, I'd rather it be the roof of my mouth because it heals faster. Okay, very good. Thank you, Jake. We are telling you to leave now for some reason. I don't know why. Were you on for a pick?
Yeah, I was on for Alexei Pokusevski.
Oh, that was awesome. Well, thank you, Jake. Again, Barstool Bench Mob. We will see Jake again in a minute. Best college basketball podcast on the market. So we're bringing somebody back in. Is Trista already? We've got Trista already. Why? How did you change very quickly this time?
I did. Do it quick.
You look like a pack of gum. Ron, does she look like a pack of gum?
I would say more like a 70s impressionist painting.
There's no arms on this.
What would you say she
I was
looks like?
thinking like a summertime lounge chair cover.
It's almost like a high school marching band uniform.
I agree with all that. The reason that I got this actually was to sort of channel Miami 70s pool furniture.
Have you ever been to Miami or in the 70s?
Never in the 70s did go to Miami. In the 2000s.
I was in fact in the 70s, and it wasn't great. It wasn't great.
You were in Miami in the 70s?
No, I was just in the 70s. Of course, my diet consisted of breast milk and all that. I wasn't there very long. So we have a trade. The Clippers are trading Landry. Oh, I'm sorry, Ron. Do the trade music.
No, I played the music. I just wanted to play it again to kind of remind you.
The Clippers are trading Landry Shamet to the Nets for pick number 19. A source tells us through another source. So thank you very much for that. The Clippers trading Landry Shamet to the Nets. Trista, I know you're blown away by this trade.
Huge Nets fan, as you guys know. Big Steve Nash fan. Think they'll probably win the championship this year. Odds-on favorite. If it's not going to be Lakers, Landry Shamet. I'm puzzled by this move. That means probably some guys are going to get traded.
Coley, real talk. Do you think James Harden will be a Brooklyn Net this year?
There's another trade. Jeff's typing feverishly right now. He won't just say the trade. Clippers are trading this pick to Detroit. So
Okay, wait. So the Clippers traded for this pick, and now are trading this pick to Detroit.
Luke
Kennard, and Detroit's made a lot of trades tonight. I'm officially confused.
So the Clippers traded in an extremely roundabout way Landry Shamet for Luke Kennard.
Feel like they could have just done that.
Well, it sounds like Detroit didn't want Landry Shamet. Another confounding move. Luke Kennard to the Clippers. Does he even make less than Shamet? I don't think he makes less than Shamet. I don't understand that move in the slightest.
How much money does Luke Kennard make, Rome?
Luke Kennard is still on his rookie deal. He was drafted in the mid-teens. Landry Shamet was drafted in the early 20s. So their contract should be relatively comparable.
Yeah.
Depending on your dialect. I like Landry Shamet as a player much more than Luke Kennard. I wonder what the Nets are trying to do because they already have a dearth of wing talent. So I'm very curious whether they'll be packaging that, like you said, Brandon, for James Harden.
So the Pistons just traded for another pick, and now the Mavs have just, in fact, drafted somebody. The pick is in. And the Mavs have taken shooting guard from Arizona, Josh Green. Not a great name, but a great player. Ron, tell me about Josh Green.
Josh Green is Australian. I know you can't tell it by looking at his face, but he is actually from down under. But if you heard him talk, he doesn't have a stitch of an Australian accent. And I'm not talking about like when Ben Simmons is kind of losing his accent. He has been completely Americanized, at least accent-wise, since coming here. He went to IMG Academy, the same school as KJ Hamler, Jonathan Isaac, Bo Scarborough, Michael Beasley, etc. But while he was still in Australia, in 5th grade, he had to drive 12 hours in a broken down car that his dad fixed himself to make the Australian under 12 years old team, which wound up springboarding his career. He's also a massive bread soup fan.
That's my question. He eats 5 or 6 servings of bread soup. Now, I've heard of soup in a bread bowl, but what is bread soup?
It's an Australian delicacy. It's much like Vegemite, except for it's soup that is bread.
Trista, bread soup. Thoughts?
I'm having a hard time figuring out how something can be soup and bread when one thing is solid and the other thing is a liquid.
It's like banana peppers. Just go with it.
Is it like bread pudding?
No, that's bread pudding.
It's pudding a soup.
Is pudding a soup? That's what I'm asking.
No, pudding is pudding, and bread soup is a soup.
At what point does a stew become a soup or pudding become a stew?
Well, a soup actually becomes a stew based on how long you cook it. So it's the other way around. Okay.
I'm in.
So we are going to thank Trista right now. That's what they're telling me. Thank you, Trista, for being. Will you be back?
I'll be back all night, baby, all night.
How many outfits do you have?
Many.
All right. We will see very soon what she changes into and if it will be quite as tragic as what she just wore there. Let's bring on Spider right now because the Brooklyn Nets, no, the Detroit, somebody's on the clock right now. He's got his Brooklyn shirt on. I'm seeing Detroit. I don't know. Detroit on the clock via the Clippers and via Brooklyn. Spider, you're still wearing the Brooklyn jersey, and your background is phenomenal.
Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, big pick for the Nets there. Granted, they didn't even make one. They traded the pick. I thought that was coming. I would have liked to see them draft maybe R.J. Hampton, Barstool guy with the pick. But instead, they get an instant impact player. What's his name? I already forgot my guy. Landry Shamet. He's going to be a stud. Wichita State guy. He knows how to handle the ball. That's a guy I want in the Nets backcourt. Should we get rid of Karis LeVert or Spencer Dinwiddie, two of our studs? We have great depth with our guard position as is. So if we are going to make a move for Harden, which I really want to happen, it's great to have someone like Landry in backup who can come in, take the ball, and be point guard. And one other thing, if you're a Nets fan and you do not want James Harden, you are crazy. You have an opportunity right here for a top 5 player in the league, and you're going to go on all these messaging boards saying, no, don't do it, not this, not that. Are you kidding me? This is James Harden we're talking about. Bring the beard to Brooklyn. Let's go.
First of all, Spider, thank you for bringing this energy. This has been incredible. We appreciate that. I agree. Why not bring James Harden? You haven't been anything in a couple of years. Take a shot at a big 3.
You know, a lot of people have been saying, build this culture in Brooklyn, build this culture. I was with it, but guess what? That all went out the day we traded D'Lo. The jersey I'm wearing here, the whole youth movement went out the window. As soon as you have an opportunity to get stars like Kyrie, KD, James Harden, you need to make those moves, whether it means draining your bench and losing all your depth. I don't care. You take every phone call and you make it happen.
So, Ron, the Pistons are on the clock. I don't know who the best player available is right now, but Spider's hanging out with us because he's a big Nets fan. And I don't know. Where do we go from here, Ron? The Pistons have confused me. It seems like they've been on the clock for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think that R.J. Hampton should still be considered. Saddiq Bey, you guys love. I think that Tyler Bey is an absolute stud. I think that Tyler Bey brings a mix of athleticism and shooting. But I think that Spider can be really excited about Landry Shamet because that's a guy who you can slide perfectly into that Joe Harris role for you guys. He is going to be able to catch. He's going to be able to shoot. He also has acne and an underbite, so he's more of a team guy. He doesn't say, I have to have my picture on the billboards in all of Brooklyn. No, he's going to be riding the subway, low-key. He's just going to be hanging out because his self-esteem is kind of low.
That's right.
Low self-esteem. What do you believe in a guy like that?
I mean, Roan brings up a good point. We got a great player like Joe Harris on the bench. So, you know what? If the Nets don't make the move to get Harden, we will have a deep, deep bench. And I'm looking forward to see them compete for a championship this year either way. Roan, hit that fucking piano.
Oh, wow. The pick is in, and the Pistons, I believe, have chosen Saddiq Bey from Villanova, 6'8", 216. Go ahead and talk about Saddiq Bey, Roan.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff brings up an incredible point. The doors at Wawa are not automatic. You have to pull open the doors at Wawa. And Wawa could easily make those doors automatic. But they want to instill a sense of community. So they have these swinging doors that you have to hold open for the person behind you. Someone says hello. Someone says thank you. Suddenly, you have this beautiful sense of community. Now, on Saddiq Bey, he's 15, 5, and 3. He's that type of player who's going to shoot 45% from 3. He went to DeMatha High School, so he's a powerhouse guy, same school as Oladipo, Fultz, the Grant brothers, and he was named after Raphael Saadiq, a famous Philadelphia singer. Soul Sister, Love That Girl, who wrote songs for Stevie Wonder, D'Angelo, Solange, John Legend, Whitney Houston, the Isley Brothers, and Tony Tone.
Tony. If I Had No Loot was a great song, a fantastic fucking song. But back to Wawa, because I think that's the big issue here. Don't you think in times of Corona, maybe they should go with the automated doors?
I think that could be something that goes against the ethos of the company, but could help the ethos of the country. But that's not our decision to make. That's John Wawa's decision. Saddiq Bey, though, a quintessential, prototypical Villanova player, similar game to Mikal Bridges. He'll help you out by playing defense. He can sit in that corner and hit a couple of threes. He is a low-maintenance player that will make your team better, full stop.
All right, we're bringing Jake Marsh back into play. Jake hanging out. He's pretty much talking for every team. Jake, right now you're repping the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are on the clock. Why are you repping the Miami Heat?
That is my hometown, Brandon.
Really?
Really?
I did not know that. You're from Miami?
South Florida. Yeah.
Did everybody, Ron, did you know that?
Yes, of course.
Coley, did you know that?
Yeah, we did a Heat Celtics stream together.
Okay, I am sorry. I was unaware. So that's your hometown team. So who are you thinking right here?
So Heat Twitter is – they wanted Sadiq Bey, but he just went. But now Tyrese Maxey, because the Heat do have a good history of taking Kentucky guys. Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. But something that's weird to me is I'm always just going to see Tyler Hero as a rookie. I don't know if it's just he
forever.
Just looks young. He's just Tyler Hero's a rookie, I feel like. Baby goat.
Well, he was a rookie at one time. He's probably not going to be a rookie the rest of his career.
No, but I just see Tyler Hero and I think rookie. He's great.
Is he younger than you?
Yeah.
Is he like one of the first? Is he like one of the? Yeah, true. Is he? You're like 14. Is he like one of the first players that's been young? Is that like one of the first draft classes that was younger than you?
No.
All right.
I'm 25.
25?
I'm 25. Yeah.
That's not true.
Oh, trade. The Pistons have received Rodney Magruder from the Clippers. Rodney Magruder, which is similar to MacGruber, the character from Saturday Night Live that had a spin-off movie. What you think about MacGruber, Rome?
I thought that it was it didn't live up to my expectations. But Saturday Night Live had hit this really nice streak of turning sketches into movies. Now, I didn't think that MacGruber had that much width, depth, however you want to put it, but I think that they did fantastic at the box office.
Can I just slow you down real quick right there? Tommy, if you could just stop doing karate in the living room real quick. Thank you. All right. So Tommy has announced he is, in fact, going to stop doing karate. MacGruber right there. That is, I believe, Will Forte. Is that correct? All right.
Yes.
Yeah. I like Will Forte. What was that, Ron? Was that a burger?
That was the biggest sandwich I've ever seen.
That was a large bite.
You were holding it.
Jake, what did you think of that bite? Break that down for me.
It kind of cut in mid-bite, but it looked like a pretty open wide kind of bite.
I've got all my food to the side as well, but I've got them in very bite-sized portions, you see. I started with 30 of these, and I'm down to 4. So I'm doing it the right way. Roan went the complete opposite, and now we have an empty. Hi, Roan.
There's a football-sized
sandwich. He's still handling that. Coley, I noticed you haven't eaten anything yet.
No.
All right. So the bite cam. We've got the bite cam, and that is okay. So that is now Vladimir Kozlov, the former wrestler in WWE. That, I believe, is Kristen Wiig, a very underrated actress. I thought Bridesmaids was terrific.
You and everyone else.
Tyler Hero tweeted, "I'm feeling Kentucky." Eyeball emoji.
You know, it's okay to just agree with me every fucking now and then. You don't always have to be sarcastic and say, "Oh, you and everyone else." It is a good movie. We can all say it's a good movie.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't know anyone who disagrees with you, is what I'm saying. I literally couldn't have agreed with you more. I said everyone agrees with you.
So the pick is, in fact, it does appear to be in. It is in. The pick is in on the graphic, the Mamitas graphic. Roan? Okay, getting a little away from the original tune, but that's all right. We've got the Memphis player, Precious Achiuwa. He is now going to Miami to be a Heat. Tell us about Precious.
Precious Achiuwa. His brother is God's gift. One of the few people who has an apostrophe dead in the middle of their name. He moved from Nigeria to New York to Memphis and is from Long Island City, believe it or not. Now, Precious won AAC Player of the Year, averaged a double-double in his lone season at Memphis, and he is such an interesting guy that we didn't even write any joke facts about him. He is just a flat-out interesting guy, second-best player on Memphis. When he was at Memphis, he didn't even know who Penny Hardaway was. He had to look him up much like James Wiseman, but now he likes to read books.
Jake, question. If you had a brother and your name was Precious, would you be angry that his name was God's gift? Seems like they liked him a little bit more.
I do have a brother, 2 brothers, so that's factual. But I don't know. A name's a name. You trust your parents.
Let's hear the other 2 brothers' names, and then we'll rank the Marsh boys' names.
All right.
But just imagine your name was Son, and the other brother, and the brother's name was Better Son, Good Son, Top Son.
You know, I still trust my parents.
Well, can I just say his parents were actually Pentecostal ministers. Their names were Donatus and Eunice, which are 2 of the worst names that you could ever have. So naming your children Precious and God's gift actually adds a little more unctuousness to these names. They're more fun to say. It's not a Eunice. No one's going to forget it.
Thank you very much, Jake. I don't know if you'll be back. Will you be back?
I will not. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Great show.
Farewell, sweet Jake. You did well. Let's bring in
real quick, Brandon, real quick. One, and just a basketball fan and as someone who has to get over the Heat hump, them getting Precious when they can play him and Bam together or stagger them, really don't care for that. 2, I'm checking Twitter a lot. I've seen a lot of Celtics fans who don't like this Neesmith pick. Knock it off. Go ahead.
All right, Coley has said knock it off, Celtics fans. So let's bring in a guy right now. The Sixers are on the clock. I know the Sixers made a move earlier today when they dumped Al Horford to the Thunder. We're bringing in Smitty right now for the Sixers pick. Smitty walking through the halls of Barstool. Smitty, what are you feeling?
Jeff D'Lo is yelling at me from the main stage saying, stop moving my fucking phone, which is the first time I've ever heard Jeff D'Lo curse, to be honest. So my apologies, gentlemen.
That's okay. But it seems like I would not want Jeff D'Lo to yell at me because it feels like Jeff D'Lo is not a yeller. So if he is yelling, maybe you should listen.
I'm trying to stay at ease, but it is difficult with all this chaos around me.
So Al Horford is gone. How does that make you feel?
That feels rather jubilant, Brandon Walker. I'm sure Roan went through it already. Danny Green and Terrence Ferguson, they're just icing on the cake of this trade. The fact that we only had to give up a 1st and 2nd round pick to get rid of that godforsaken $100 million contract, I would have given up. I would have given my left nut with multiple 1st round picks to give up that contract.
Do you think that the Thunder inquired about your left testicle when they made this trade?
I hope that they would have, because if that was possible, I would have saved the Sixers a 1st round pick.
Ron, you're a Sixers fan. Are both your testicles intact?
Both of my testicles are intact. They're off the trade market, but I too am jubilant that we've been able to get rid of Al Horford, Anna Horford, and his albatross contract. Now, we had to give up a top 6 protected 2025 1st round pick, which is a tall task, but hopefully by that time we'll be winning a fuck ton of championships.
First of all, it's 2020. We make it to 2025. That's a win in itself. We might not even do that. Second of all, the fact that you don't have your nuts on the market for a potential Sixers trade makes me question your fandom, Ron.
Fair enough. I would give up my nuts for James Harden. That's one I would give up my nuts for. Al Horford, take it or leave it. He doesn't deserve my nuts even in his conversation.
In fairness to Smitty, he only said one nut. I believe giving up both nuts is a commitment that he's not willing to make.
I will give up both nuts for James Harden. I do agree to that.
The pick is, in fact, and the Sixers have made the pick.
Let's go! Are you fucking serious? Let's fucking go!
They have picked the guy that everybody wanted, Tyrese Maxey. Roan, it's yours, Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey is indeed ours. He's from Garland, Texas, the same town as Marcus Smart, Mookie Blaylock, and Leanne Rimes. He is a massive Spider-Man fan. He said, fuck Batman, fuck Superman, I want to be Spider-Man. He gets from point A to point B, and he gets to that bucket. His dad was the director of recruiting at SMU and men's basketball. You have to think that guy dropped the fucking bag because his son went to Kentucky. He loves to show Wild 'N Out. He hates music, and now he's a Sixer. We're adding to the Kentucky tradition, someone who can get to the bucket. This is the steal of the draft.
Smitty, congratulations. You are very still right now, and that's what Jeff D'Lo wanted. How do you feel about this pick?
I feel great seeing hometown as Leanne Rhymes. I hope this gentleman dances as well.
I do have some issue with that. I was always told that Leanne Rhymes was from Mississippi, so we're going to have to look at that because we don't have that many celebrities. It's just me and Elvis at this point. So I do want to look into the lineage of Leanne Rhymes and her hometown.
Look into it. She's from Garland, Texas, same as Tyrese Maxey.
Coley, you look like somebody just farted in your face because the Sixers are on the clock. What's wrong with you?
One, the dog you gave me does keep farting in my face throughout this entire production.
His mom was a farter.
And dead, too. A Herculean effort by me to trudge through this and wait 2 hours and 19 minutes to bring it up. However, yeah, I mean, I liked the recent years of the Philadelphia 76ers because they were extremely incompetent. Just maybe the dumbest bunch of idiots you've ever seen. They had no idea what was happening from the lowest fan all the way to the guy who owned the team. It was just complete and utter incompetence top to bottom. This offseason, they went out, and the first thing they did was get fucking competent. And they proved it twice so far today by getting rid of Horford's terrible contract, terrible fit. They're not going to play 5 centers at a time anymore like they did last year. I'm sure they have Joel Embiid eating vegetables for the first time in his life. Like the Sixers right now are back on a track of competence that they haven't had since they fired Hinkie.
Competence, Smitty?
Beyond competence. I mean, we trusted the process through Hinkie. He died for our sins. We had some problems finding a new slant. Elton Brand came in. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. He shit the bed hard. The fact that Doc Rivers and Mr. Daryl Morey are here to save the franchise, and not only that, they're not completely blowing it up just yet by giving away Simmons or Embiid for James Harden. I'm impressed, and I'm happy.
All right, very good. Thank you very much, Smitty, for being here, and congratulations on being so still. I was worried at first, but you pulled it together. Awesome job, Smitty. And breaking news, Leanne Rhymes is, in fact, from Jackson, Mississippi. So, Roan, your sources can go fuck themselves.
Look where she went to high school. She has no connection to Garland High School.
Well, high school and where you're from, two totally different things.
But I mean, where you're from is where you're born, or is it?
I was born in West Point, Mississippi. I went to high school in Juvie in Jackson, so it's totally different.
Well, that's still Mississippi is a monolith. Meanwhile, Garland, Texas, only produces future NBA All-Stars and country hitmakers.
All right, so we're going to go back to Riggs. We're bringing Riggs in, and it has taken 3 times, but I finally figured out Riggs, the Knicks fan, is coming in the pick before the Knicks so that he can talk about the Knicks, even though we've got 2 other guys behind him who have been assholes every time they've been on. So, Riggs,
that sounds about right for KFC and Clem, though. Clem's the biggest asshole. Clem's the biggest quiet asshole in the world.
So, are you angry right now? Because when we last left you, you're still a Knicks fan. You wanted Tyrese Maxey, and you got this close.
I'm scared to say something that's going to piss off Roan because I don't like when Roan's mad at me. But I'm so fucking pissed at the entire city of Philadelphia. I'm pissed the fact John Calipari let this happen. I'm pissed at everything. Like, where's Adam Silver stepping in? You can't reward the Sixers' incompetence with the steal of the draft.
Seems like they drafted quite legally.
No, I'm sure there's cheating. It's the Sixers.
Are you demanding a recount in Pennsylvania?
I am demanding a recount specifically in the Philadelphia area of Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia has turned blue for a second night this November. Wow.
Yeah, bad things happen in Philadelphia if you're a Knicks fan, and we took care of business. I couldn't, but at the same time, whenever I feel good about a draft pick, they wind up sucking. And if I feel bad about a pick, they wind up being fantastic.
Or you trade them immediately, like Mikal Bridges.
In some ways, I kind of just shit down my own throat. So you can at least take solace in that, Reach.
Is that physically possible?
I don't want to try.
I think so.
I don't think it is. Well, I guess it. You know
what?
what?
Directly, or can you use like a cup or some other vessel?
You just have to remove a rib.
Siphon the shit from. But why would you want to do that?
Yeah, you have to remove a rib.
All right, so Riggs, pick up the pieces. You didn't get Maxey. What are you going to do?
Give me RJ Hampton, Barstool guy.
Well, I can't give him to you. They're gonna have to pick him.
Well, I thought you had Poole.
I do have
Brandon
a above ground.
Okay. I want RJ Hampton or Desmond Bain or Tyrell Terry. Any of those 3, I'm fine. Give me a point guard that's not Franklin, whatever is, how do you pronounce his French last name?
Smokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Tyrell Terry and the other guy, Desmond Bain, the two best names in the draft, as far as I'm concerned. Desmond Bain, incredible name. Roan, you look like you have something to say.
Well, both of them are fantastic shooters, and it seems like that's what you're looking for as a Knicks fan. Obviously, Coley picked up a fantastic shooter in this draft, but Desmond Bain, lights out shooter, and he can do a little bit of creation offensively. Terry, a little bit of a smaller guy. I don't know if he's going to be able to D up as many people, but he has, like Brandon said, a fantastic name and a fantastic game when he's stroking that thing from deep.
Ron, I'll go a step further. I want good players. I said it. I want good players.
Wow.
Get him out of here.
Multiple times I want good players.
I mean, he has been on the good player bandwagon all night, Coley. You can't hate him for that.
Well, actually, for a serious second, I'm not an Obi Toppin guy. I don't even know if we've spoken about him before in the past. Now that he's he really truly, even just the way he plays, reminds me of Derek Williams when he was at Arizona. Is that a good comparison? Do you see what I see there, or do you think he can take another step in the NBA?
I think he can take another step. I think he was better, like, as a playmaker with the ball and the size difference than Derek Williams, but the concerns are there. Sure.
Yeah.
His size compares closest to Chris Middleton coming out of school, which doesn't bode that well for a guy who's going to be playing the 4 while Middleton plays the 2.
And Middleton's such a tough, long defender, and Obi doesn't play any.
Yeah, that's the concern is the defense, like outside of the occasional block shot.
Ron, I have to peek. Can you handle things for a second? Thanks.
You got it, brother. I got a feeling that his pee is actually pooping. But what do I know about all that? Reegs, I want to ask you about the Knicks because I actually care about the Knicks, unlike one Mr. Brandon Walker. What do you think the Knicks need to do to turn things around ideologically within that building, to stop only acquiring expensive players with big names after their time is done and to build a franchise correctly?
Step one was getting Leon Rosen and Worldwide Wes. You got guys who players actually like and connected to. Start cheating. Just start cheating.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like Brooklyn has been able to turn into the marquee destination in New York. And it seems like guys like Harden want to go there. Obviously, Durant and Kyrie wanted to go there. How do we add that luster back to the New York Knicks?
Is step one moving the office further away? Are we the reason why?
No. The Knicks have had this problem for a long, well before Dave even considered writing anything down on a stone tablet or however the first issue came out.
Yeah, Reeves, I'm curious because you're such a college basketball guy.
Yeah.
When we're looking at this draft, who are guys who thrived in college basketball but really aren't going to do anything in the NBA? And I'm looking at maybe some guys from Seton Hall, maybe some guys from Marquette.
Yeah, I think Marcus Howard way more than Miles Powell. Like, who's the last real small guard that doesn't play defense and needs the ball in his hands at all times to be good?
Yeah, I mean, people fell in love with Jawan Evans a couple years ago.
Right.
And it's kind of the same story. It's these young players who are so prototypical in their college pedigree, it doesn't really work as much when they kind of germinate into these NBA stars.
I am back. Ron, the pick is in. So they have chosen, let's see who they have chosen. They have chosen Zeke Naji from Arizona, power forward, 7 foot, 240 pounds, the Pac-12 freshman of the year. Ron, tell me about him.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're going to list this guy as a power forward. A lot of people saw him projecting as a center when he gets into the league. He was, from a lot of people's estimation, the third best Arizona guy, but he is the first double N player to be drafted this high in the NBA draft. He might be the first double N player to ever play in the NBA. Now, when asked why he wound up going to Arizona, he said that it's because he likes boobies.
Oh, yes. I've heard the boobies in Arizona are nice this time of year.
Yeah, I think that it's something that he knows about more than anybody else, but he's influenced heavily by a lot of musical guys like Kroger, Fatone, Bo Bice, and he's really a Renaissance man. He goes to a lot of pizza parties at college, but he wasn't able to enjoy the second half of his freshman year because of COVID-19.
Oh, I've heard of that. Riggs, have you heard of COVID?
I have. I've seen it on like the bottom ticker every once in a while, but other than that, I don't know too much about it.
All right, so we're going to get rid of the Knicks fan that I like, and we're going to bring in two more guys. Thank you very much, Riggs, for being here.
Yeah, fellas.
And we're going to bring in the two assholes who were just jerks last time, KFC and Clem. They've been here once. They're back again. Hi, KFC. Hi.
I thought that you were trying to take a little pee break and duck us because you're a fucking coward, Brandon Walker. And I heard you were talking about trying to shit down your own throat. How about I come over there and I just shit down your throat for you? How about I poop in your mouth, Brandon Walker? How does that sound?
That seems a little bit much. And that was Rowan talking about the pooping in his throat. I was having a discussion.
I'll shit in Rowan's throat, KFC. Don't worry about him. You take
shit in your throat. Someone shit in your throat, not Coley.
You had a good pick. You liked your pick. Why are you mad?
I hate your guts, Brandon.
Irrelevant. We still got to do a show.
Clem,
let's carry on.
You do this to me today of all days? Well, what's?
Did
you should. I got to get another Mamitas.
Oh, go ahead and get a Mamitas. I've got my Paloma Mamitas, and Coley has his mango right there. It is delicious. Hi, KFC. Go ahead.
Well, I hate you. I mean, that's really my pick of the night is me hating your guts, Brandon. That's all that matters. We're on the 23rd pick here for the New York Knicks, the team that's going to suck for fucking ever. Who cares about the pick? Let's just talk about how much you suck.
Why? Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me?
Why not? Well, okay, how about this? Tell me why I shouldn't hate you, Brandon.
It's a good question.
I smell shockingly good for how I look.
You smell better. You actually should stink more than you do.
Correct. I smell shockingly good. My wife cooks good meals, and sometimes I bring them to the office.
I have never once had any of your wife's food.
Well, I don't like you. And then
how am I supposed to like you?
I was keeping it inside, though.
You were not. You were doing no such thing.
Clem, how are you?
Like,
are you just taking after his
strike him?
Clem, you're not angry like this.
I am very upset right now because I had you shitting on my picks. I had Coley shitting on Obi Trice, chopping, whatever the fuck. We already got shirts in the store. Can we put graphic of the shirt on the store? Ain't no stopping Obi topping. Already out of Big Cat's brain. Buy the shirts. Support fucking Coley's kid in the back there in the steel cage match. I had to throw on the Eli jersey though, because I had Mississippi State coming at me. I had fucking Mr. New England 18-1 coming at me because the guy dunks too much, Kevin. All he does is catch touchdown passes. All he does is slam dunk. What the fuck are we talking about right now? And we got Tom Thibodeau. That guy can teach me how to play defense in the NBA.
I got fucking Coley out here being like, it's still only 2 points if you dunk the ball. Why don't you just let it in? Like, Coley wants to bring back technical fouls every time you touch the rim.
The guy who hates the DH is going to tell me I don't like excitement.
You leave baseball out of this.
Yeah,
Coley.
You guys
Coley
want to talk baseball?
Has a title.
I got my owner right now making the biggest dad jokes you've ever seen in your fucking life on Twitter. Someone just said, "Hey, can I be the GM?" And Steve Cohen replied, "How about you be a Ford?" Like, oh, Christ almighty. Get off of Twitter and get back in the fucking owner's box, Steve. Jesus Christ.
Fucking Ford.
Shut up, Brandon.
Clem, who do you think you're taking here?
I want RJ Hampton. Is he still out there?
Sure is.
Yeah, he's in the world.
We're going all Big Cat guys. Just ride Big Cat to the fucking top. That's what all you fucking guys do. So I want that to do the same thing.
I don't know if that's the best idea for when it comes to sports teams. If you can ride the Big Cat wave professionally, sure. Usually guys that he likes and latches onto end up actually colossally sucking. But whatever. we're riding with the Big Cat wave tonight.
We'll sell shirts.
He's out there. RJ Hampton's out there. There are other guys. Tyrell Terry's still out there. Desmond Bain's still out there. The pick is in. Rome?
This is amazing.
All right, we will find out right now who, in fact, it is. KFC going to learn the guy's name in just a second. Clem, tell him who it is. It is Leandro Balmaro, shooting guard from Argentina. Ron, tell me all about him.
Leandro Balmaro is one of the most prominent European players in this draft. I believe that he is from Barcelona, And if you don't say Barcelona, it's pretty clear that you have no culture in your life. He was a late riser on the draft board because he averaged like fucking 5 points when he was in the European League. But now he's going to be fucking American hose. He's not going to be in Croatia on a yacht. He's going to be in freaking Sheepshead Bay getting real loose on some New York shit. Leandro Balmaro from Argentina and via Spain, the newest New York Knick.
KFC.
It wouldn't be a Knicks draft without me hating like a European pick. Is that? I mean, what is this guy Coley? Give me some color on Leangelo Barbanoa.
When it comes to like taking Europeans, I typically would I like Argentinians more than most of the other countries you can draft from. They are Europeans. They are. I know they're in South America, but they are Europeans. That's who invaded over the country. Fucking history project one time for me, dickhead. But no, out of all the
he played the same league as Doncic.
What? Yes.
He played in the same league as Doncic. He was older than him, but he had like that kind of young guy pedigree in that league. If you're looking for a reason to get excited, he was like the guy in Europe as far as guards go that wasn't like American-born or Denny Avdija.
Yeah. I'm sure this will totally work out, and he'll be a great New York Knick, no doubt. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen, guys.
All right,
Fuck you, Brandon.
Danilo and Kristaps have panned out.
What?
No, I agree with them.
Oh, I know you agree with them, but I don't know. I don't know where that came from tonight of all nights. I mean, I'm hosting. I got my pigs in a blanket. Let's bring in my favorite guys. Let's bring in the Ole Miss fan and Marty, because I'm definitely not sick of Marty or the Ole Miss fan. Hi, guys.
What's up, man? How are you, Brandon? The first of a lot of picks from the Milwaukee Bucks. The Pelicans will be having over the next 7 years. This is the Drew Holiday trade that just went down.
Yep. So the Pelicans are, in fact, back on the clock. Marty can't decide if he's going to be here or not. Hello, Marty.
Oh, yeah. How are you? Minty, you know who we got to get?
I know you're going to say Trey Jones, but we just took a point guard, so I can't.
Take another one. Take them all.
You can take Vernon Carey.
Yes, we can.
I'm kind of hoping for Desmond Bain, the TCU 6'6" guy that could just because he can shoot, and the Pels need more guys on the wing that can shoot to help out.
Trade alert.
No.
But we
So
have a trade.
the guy that KFC just pretended to hate, even though he has no idea who he is, he's been traded from the
Fuck
Knicks.
you, Brandon Walker. I get to say it all over again. Fuck you, Brandon Walker.
Yay.
I hope we keep on trading back so I can just keep rolling up
But
here
now,
and shitting down your throat.
if you traded him to the Wolves, so you're going to get somebody else later that you can pretend to hate. That's going to be fun.
And guess what? No. I can pretend to hate all the players I want. The real hate is reserved for you, you big dumb oaf.
Thank you very much. That was the dynamite drop-in, KFC. Fantastic stuff. So the Knicks have traded Balmaro to the Wolves. Marty, what do you think here about the Pelicans? You want Vernon Carey, Trey Jones, or anybody with a Duke jersey because you know they're an irrelevant program right now?
They're not irrelevant, but the most shocking thing from this draft show, I think that's the first time I've ever seen Spider's skin that wasn't his face.
You're right.
Why?
First time ever.
So this guy, Balmaro, has been traded to the Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins, a shocking trade to another sport. Fantastic for him, though, because they play in a nice stadium, Target Field. It's a beautiful place.
I miss the old stadium with the Glad plastic bag right field.
The Hefty Dome. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Mincy, the pick is in, and you want Desmond Bain, correct?
Sure. He's just a wing that can shoot. I think they need help there.
Whoa. Oh, I have an alert for you. I have two alerts.
Over there trading.
2 alerts. You've got the Pelicans selecting R.J. Hampton and immediately trading him to the Denver Nuggets. R.J. Hampton was on Barstool Radio. He hated on Marty Mush, multiple 50-point games in high school. Tell me about R.J. Hampton, Roan.
R.J. Hampton is a breaker. He is affiliated with Matt Walsh, an old Florida guy, a Germantown Academy guy. In his high school, he finished 17th out of 300, and that's in his class. He was an intelligent guy, not just a top draft pick, but a very smart guy. He went to the same high school as rapper Cole Beasley, who also plays for the Buffalo team. His real first name is Roderick. His favorite movies are Talladega Nights, Silence of the Lambs, The Lion King, Norbit, and Rush Hour. And his grandfather served in Vietnam.
That is a wild variety of favorite movies. Marty, what about Norbit?
Did anyone just see R.J. Barrett get a Bucks hat and someone just throw it away?
R.J. Hampton.
No, R.J. Hampton. Sorry.
I did not see it, but R.J. Hampton now going to the Nuggets, has a Bucks hat, almost had a Pelicans hat. Mincy, what are the Pelicans going to do?
I want to wait and see what this compensation is, but the Pelicans have a pretty full roster already. I mean, they're 9 or 10 deep, so I'm not totally shocked to see them chip this pick out because they got a lot of young guys already.
Speaking of 9 or 10 deep,
I cannot believe Denver does this every fucking year. They go out, they identify the youngest guy with the highest ceiling, typically fucking works, and the Pelicans just handed them this year's ticket. Like I'm not even hating on the Pelicans side of it, but I can't believe Denver just keeps fucking doing this. It's insane.
Seems like your favorite thing to do on draft night is get mad at other teams for doing competent things. Why, Clint?
No, I'm not mad. I'm impressed by Denver tremendously. The fact that they keep sticking to what they believe is going to get them the best shot to win.
That was Clem. Clem with a dynamite drop in right there. Marty, are you coming back?
Yeah, 2 more times. Hey, Clem, real quick, pal. Giant hype train plus 1,100 to win the division, baby. Let's go.
Free fucking money, baby. Responsible free money. Nothing better than in the world, Marty. God bless. Mwah.
Beauty. Yeah, I'll be back 2 more times.
We brought Clem in just so he and Marty could talk about the Giants.
Pretty good.
Your coaches are fighting, Clem. Joe Judge is beating coaches up and firing them for it. What's going on?
That's called the old Mississippi mud train right there. Isn't that what you do, Brennan? You come in, you Mississippi guys, you just fucking take care of business.
No, the Mississippi mud train is something different entirely.
I'm more of a lover than a fighter.
We will talk about that another day. I didn't know you knew about that, but whew, man, that brought back memories. All right, Mincy, thank you very much. If the Pelicans show back up, maybe you'll show back up. Marty, you'll be back. Clem, I don't know what the deal is with you, what the plan is with you. Maybe I'll see you again. Maybe I won't. But
we just traded back. You guys can't get rid of me. I'm in 25. Leon Rose is fucking making magic. Fucking kiss from a rose.
Yay. So we'll have the Knicks guys back again. I know everybody's excited about that. Trista is coming back, and let's see.
I just Googled Mississippi mud train. Don't do it. For anyone listening, watching, don't Google it at all.
Well, I felt like my tone of voice told you that it wasn't Googleable.
I thought it was ice cream related.
That does sound delicious. That does sound delicious. So, sources, Oklahoma City is selecting Emmanuel quickly with the number 25 pick in the draft, going to the Knicks. And maybe I shouldn't have said that so early because it feels like that gave away some things. Roan, quickly to you. Quickly?
Yes. Quickly is a guy who is a Kentucky guy. He had 16 points a game last year, and he was the best shooter at the Combine this year. Kentucky guys got no ballyhoo coming into this draft. And usually they would be getting all of the credit. Everyone would be going crazy over them. But Quickly has incredible shooting range. He's a great leader. He's the type of guy that you want on your team, on your basketball team. He also one time ate 7 Cinnabons in one sitting. He was on a road trip with his high school team. They pulled up to a rest stop. Their bus broke down, and he had 7 Cinnabons. They were rooting him on as if they were rooting for their favorite basketball team.
Ron, this draft seems to be free of a lot of ballyhoo. You brought up ballyhoo. This draft really hasn't had much ballyhoo. Do you miss the ballyhoo?
Yeah, I think a lot of ballyhoo usually comes from the late end of the college basketball season. If we look at last year, you see teams like Virginia, DeAndre Hunter, or Jarrett Culver from Texas Tech. They kind of put their bones in the tournament and wound up as top 5, top 6 picks. This year, we didn't really get a chance to see these guys ascend during the tournament. So that ballyhoo you're so excited about, Brandon, never got to truly formulate. The stock didn't go up, like Trista's saying.
All right, so we're bringing back in KFC.
Hey, Brandon, how are you, pal?
Doing great. So you're getting –
fantastic to see you again.
You're getting Emmanuel Quickly with the number 25 pick. What do you think?
I think I hate it. And
you went to Kentucky. But I hate
He's a Kentucky point guard, Kevin. You're an idiot.
What's that?
He's a Kentucky point guard, Kevin. You always want a Kentucky point guard.
Sure. Okay, then that's great. That's fucking great. I'm just back here to tell you once again, Brandon, for the last time tonight, to suck my dick.
All right. It is very much appreciated, Kevin, for that very relevant comment from you. Clem, are you happy?
Yeah, I loved when he said suck his dick. That made me really happy.
Okay.
Good.
Good stuff from
That was pretty good. See you
Krista,
guys.
you're still here too.
I appear to still be here. I don't know why I'm here. I have nothing of value to add because this isn't my pick. I'm an OKC pick, and now we work back to the Knicks. So
All right. I've just found out that our Celtics guy just probably isn't coming back because I believe he trusts Coley to handle things. So Trista, you stay here and you be the Celtics guy, and you can add in whatever you want. You are wearing green, so that
I am
works.
gal. I'm a gal.
You're not a guy at all. You're not a guy. Ron, you should have corrected me on that.
Yeah. Still a gal.
Okay, Coley, you're back on the clock.
Yeah, I'm blanking on his name right now. Azubuike, the big center from Kansas. That's who I desperately want. I know a lot of guys want Xavier Tillman right now. I'm trying to think who else is even on the board right now.
You got Tyrell Terry. You got Jameis Ramsey.
Yeah, I know a lot of people want Bain too. Although Desmond Bain's been hot. I think once we took Neesmith, I don't know if we're going to double dip in that same.
You need a center. Celtics need a big man. You got Robert Williams, but you need somebody that can come in and not miss planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, I mean Robert Williams isn't bound by the laws of physics and time, so I'm not going to hold that against him. But I do just want a hulking, massive human being to throw in the middle there, and that's what I mean. Azubuike was Kansas' best player by a lot. I understand you don't take Kansas wings; that's forever. But a center, a massive center, all day.
Coley, you don't seem that excited about this pick.
No, I am. I'm just trying not to shout because I have an 8-month-old baby like 10 feet away from me.
Ron, you don't seem that excited about Coley's pick.
I'm excited about his pick. I think another name that if you really like centers that he could focus in on is Daniel Arutu from Minnesota. That's the kind of center that you could really build your team around. I mean, you're trying to find something better than what you're rolling out right now. But as a Celtics fan, you have to be excited about the youth of this team. There's guys like Jason Tatum are younger than Obi Toppin. They're younger than people who are getting drafted right now in this draft. So you're going to be able to grow with this roster and the fantastic wings that the Celtics have. And it's almost like you have the luxury to take a high ceiling guy with this pick and hope that they blossom. That was the move with Robert Williams. Let's see if they do it again.
Looks like we're going to the bullpen here, and we're bringing in Greeny to talk about the Celtics. And does he get his own music? I don't think the pick's in. Do we want Greeny music? No, we're not. Okay, he's not here. All right. Okay.
Greeny music would have been electric.
I come on, guys. Shit.
Coley, how do you feel about the Celtics using all of their picks tonight? Is that a success or is that a failure?
I mean, I know Danny Ainge always says when he has 3 picks, he doesn't want to take all of them. But it might be inevitable. I'm still hoping at 30, we probably are going to try and trade for PJ Tucker. But I don't think Houston can afford to pay a first-round pick because Tillman Fertitta is poor.
Oh, my God. I am seeing the pick is in, and I am ecstatic for my own reasons, not so much for the Celtics.
Oh, I'd love to find out those reasons once he plays the music. Peyton Pritchard from the University of Oregon won 4 state titles in Oregon. You know who else is from the University of Oregon? Trista Crick.
Yes, I am. If you can't see me because the graphic is up, but I'm holding the big O. Not the big O, but the O that we say, the O that we do.
How big is the O? How big is the O?
The O is Peyton Pritchard is nasty.
Okay.
Peyton Pritchard is O face.
I just point out that really wasn't an O at all. But tell me about Peyton Pritchard.
That's what we do. Oh, it's like Dynasty, but it's not. It's the O. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Ron, Peyton Pritchard?
Peyton Pritchard, 6'2", but 206 pounds. Some of these tiny guys we worry about a little bit. Peyton Pritchard, a fun fact about him, 4 straight years on Halloween, he went as Harry Potter. It's because he actually had glasses to correct a small cross-eye that he had going on and wound up taping them himself. Now, he got corrective surgery, but he liked how he looked so much in the glasses that 4 straight years he went as Harry Potter. His girlfriend even one year went as Hermione Granger, even though in the canon of Harry Potter, Hermione did not date Harry during the books.
Cole, you gotta be bummed with this pick. It's kind of an inexplicable pick.
Yeah, I mean, backup. He's a guard, right? Obviously, it's a huge position in need. He's taller than Tremont Waters. He can probably get his shot off better than Carson Edwards, but unless they had intel that he was about to go to Utah or whoever holds 28 and 29, I feel like this has to be someone you could have gotten in the second round. Had to have been.
All right. Thank you very much, Trista, for being here. I don't know if we'll see you again. Yes, in fact, we will see you again. So you will be back. Trista, stay on. And then Marty is coming back because he is the biggest jazz guy in the office. Marty, your favorite jazz musician, please.
Yeah. So, Coley, I don't know any jazz musicians. I mean, you honestly, what you just drafted was like a scout like me would be like, you know what? He transfers into another green jersey pretty well. It's going to work out well for that team.
Okay, I do like that.
Oh, my favorite is Louis Armstrong and Miles Davis.
Yes, the great Louis Armstrong. He was fantastic. Rome, your favorite Louis Armstrong number?
Give me a kiss to build a dream on from my imagination.
That is classic Lewis right there. And unbelievable. So we got the Utah Jazz on the clock. I don't know what they're going to do. Rome, pick us in. Holy, what was that face? It is. Oh, yes, that was that face. It is from Kansas, exactly who Coley wanted. He goes to the team after the Celtics. He was at Kansas for no less than 12 seasons. And Ron, tell me about Udoka Azubuike.
Udoka Azubuike is a very interesting player because, like Coley said, he has that big man pedigree at Kansas. But at the NBA Combine, he did one of the most interesting tactics that you'll see someone do. He threw the standing reach so he could get a higher vertical. So he kind of put his arm down like this and said, oh, my standing reach is only so much. And then when it was vertical time, he fully stretched his arm out. They say you can get about 8 inches different on your vertical by doing something like that. Coley, you have an interesting vertical yourself. Is this true?
Oh, yeah. That was the only reason I was even able to touch the fucking thing. If I didn't do that, never.
You still got that shit?
Vertigo?
Not really.
Yeah.
Much better now.
You can
Marty,
kick that.
Marty, tell Dana hello.
No.
Dana, Brandon says hello. Dana is at the house.
Hey, B-Walks.
What up? That's Dana. You guys remember Dana. So the Jazz have traded Tony Bradley and number 38 to the Pistons. The great Tony Bradley is on the move.
Nice.
Well, they just got their backup center, so they don't need him anymore.
That's unfortunate for you, Coley. Azubuike, I feel like would have been a great Celtic.
Tremendous. He's actually like a real size center, so Danny Ainge never even looked at him. He's like, oh, you're 7 feet, you don't shoot threes? No, thank you.
So
you can't shoot free throws. Yeah, that's true.
We are late in the first round. I don't even know what pick we're at. It was supposed to be they got the Lakers on the clock. This is 28. It was originally the Thunder. Now it is, in fact, the Lakers. Marty, I think you're staying. I think you and Trista are just alternating from here on out. So I guess I'm telling Trista to come back in now, and you'll be back shortly because you guys are the only ones stupid enough to stay on here with us. So Trista comes back in. I don't know how many outfit changes she planned. We will see. Yes, Thomas. About 15 minutes. Thank you very much for asking right on the show. So Trista's back. The 2020 NBA champions are on the clock. I don't know what they do. Coley, I know you're secretly a big Lakers guy. What do you think?
I mean, we just took like the white bench guard that people call a fan favorite and overhype. So I think they're out of luck. I think that was the guy they were. That's probably why Ainge did it. He knew the Lakers were going to take Peyton Pritchard at 28, and he had to jump on it before they could pair the power of Caruso and Pritchard. The NBA is not ready for something like that.
I thought that the Lakers traded this pick for Dennis Schroeder, along with Danny Green, who eventually got traded to the Sixers.
Okay, very good. So it is, in fact, the Thunder.
I think that's right. Yeah. I think you got to take either Desmond Bain or your boy, Robert Woodard.
Oh, yes, my boy. Thank you for bringing that up, Trista. Mississippi State's Robert Woodard, whose dad played at Mississippi State, the Robert Woodard Hustle Award was named for him, and then the other coach didn't like him, so he got rid of the award. But Robert Woodard, a sophomore, fantastic player. I actually covered him when he was a freshman at Columbus, Mississippi. He was a very good player. Columbus, one of the worst towns in America, and I hate it, but he is a great guy from a great family. And I don't know if he's going to get drafted, but I did want to say this. Robert Woodard, Mississippi State. Ron?
Yeah, in Philadelphia, we also say the word Woodard, but it means something a little bit different than this guy's last name. I wonder if he'll make it to one of the early Sixers picks in the second round, maybe the 36th pick or so, and maybe we'll see Woodard drinking some Woodard.
Yes. In fact,
That's water?
Yes, water, Trista. That's what he was saying.
Some water.
It's like Willamette Valley a Pinot Noir almost to us. That's what water is.
Got it.
Coley, you seem to be dead in your phone now. Are you okay?
Well, yeah, I'm following the draft, trying to see what happens. I just can't believe, like literally yesterday when Kansas put out an Azubuike hype video, I quote tweeted it and said, "This feels like the guy that gets taken at 27th, and people 4 months from now are like, why did he fall all the way to 27th?" The 27th pick over the last, I want to say 6 or 7 years, has only produced winners, including Utah when they took Rudy Gobert 27th overall. So the fact that they just did this is really annoying to me.
All right. Coley is officially bothered about the end of this draft. Trista, have you been bothered at all tonight?
I mean, I'm bothered for Coley. As much as I am an Oregon fan, I like to see teams do well. I like to see the Celtics build.
It does seem like you turned on your guy very quickly. He's from Oregon, but you're buying into the fact that he's not very good.
It's not that he's not very good. It just feels like, what am I, as a fan of that's my alma mater, and I don't think that he should go there. That means he really, really shouldn't go there.
Ron, who's the best player on the board left? The pick is in, by the way.
I mean, I'm a massive Tyler Bay fan. I don't know if he'll wind up with Tyler Bay, but I think that Tyler Bay has a mix of athleticism. He has a 43.5-inch vertical leap. He could jump over about 11 Funko Pop Tyler Durden dolls if he really wanted to. A fantastic vertical, silky stroke. His name is Bay. There's so much that you could do with a player like that. They're listing him as a power forward. I think that he works a little bit better on the wing, but he's someone that's really exciting.
Question. This panel right here of 4 people, does our vertical leap combined get to 43.5 inches?
Not a chance, no.
No, not even close. Probably not even half that, if we're being honest, because, we're also.
Are you saying that we couldn't all jump 1 foot in the air?
I'm pretty certain that I did a box jump of like 36 inches today.
No, I don't think you did that.
Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to film that.
Well, a box jump isn't really a vertical jump because you're doing different. I don't know what box jumps are. I don't actually work out. What are box jumps?
That's a vertical leap. That is a vertical leap.
It's when you're fighting with somebody and you jump.
Typically a kangaroo or some other marsupial.
It's like when there's a box and you jump, you vertically leap onto it.
It feels like kangaroos own the animal boxing market. I feel like we could train other animals to box, though.
Bears?
Gorillas? I mean, it feels like you could – anybody with arms, any animal with arms, feel like you could teach them to box.
Penguins?
Well, those are wings.
Yeah,
they don't fly.
The thing about kangaroos is they naturally box, though. You didn't have to teach them anything. It's their instinct to box, much like us humans.
All right, Trista, thank you very much. I think we're now saying goodbye to you for the night. Thank you for all your outfit changes. I like this one the best. I like the green. So now we're going from Trista Crick, and we're bringing on the head coach of the Jackson State Tigers. We're bringing on Barstool's newest edition. We're bringing on Deion Sanders at the end of this NBA draft as somebody who's been drafted before. Nights like this have to be awesome, Deion.
Nights like this is wonderful. I love seeing the guys get drafted, the people that are important to their lives. The only thing that I hate is that basketball learned a lot from football, and you don't see the girlfriends as involved as you do in football because the mothers don't play in football. They grab them and pick them up and throw them out. But basketball kind of like had it down pat. They had rehearsals like I would have for my kids when they get to that point. We're going to have draft rehearsals so we don't mess it up. Because, everybody, they'll get along. Everybody in the family, they'll get along.
you're saying basketball has done a good job of being a girlfriend-free draft.
Right. They've done a great. They let a couple of them slip in there. I guess they got longevity, but overall, the mothers really regulated the draft. They put their feet down and they said, "We got this." Especially
now, do you think
from Florida State, his mama wasn't playing. She wasn't having nothing.
Now, did
do you think it has to do with drafting from home? There's not as many people walking around like at the actual draft. They can sneak maybe a little bit easier to slide in there.
Ain't no sneaking in the draft. Ain't no sneaking. You got to have validation to get back there that deep. And yes, I did have someone there, but they weren't on camera. My mama wasn't going to handle that. Matter of fact, come to think of it, I don't know one mother who's really cool with the girlfriend at that stage, especially when money is getting ready to be wired into an account.
Why do you think that is, Dion? Why do you think that is, that natural distrust from the mother? Is that
territorial?
It's territorial, maybe?
Yeah, because the mother's been there at least 18, 19, 20 years when you're talking about basketball or football drafts, sometimes 21 years. And then here comes little Miss Muffet and just put in a hard 4 years or a hard 3 years, like she got it in college, and now she's at the draft. That's kind of tough from a good old hood mama. It's kind of tough for a good hood mama.
Do you think that's also very smart of the moms, because now the young man is graduating to a higher, a deeper free agent pool of available girlfriends that he's going to go and find out from? Maybe the mom's just watching out for him and getting him ready for the next season of life.
True, but you're not really getting none out of that pool but game. Like, it's hard to find somebody that truly loves you at this age and stage, especially when you hit the lotto. I mean, come on. It is what it is. You know what time it is. Where you going to meet him at? That's speaking of that, that's what LeVar Ball said. And can we give the man his roses? Can we just pat him on the back, slap him on the – see, Serena Williams' father, we never gave him their roses. Joe Jackson, we never gave him his roses. But we know all their darn kids. We got to give LeVar Ball some love, man. 2 out of 3, if he was a baseball player, he would be at the All-Star game.
Absolutely. Do you think LeVar Ball, too? I know you have a son who's going into college. LeVar Ball, when Lonzo came out, acted this way and was very on camera. It seemed like he toned it down for LaMelo a bit. Do you feel like he toned it down a little bit?
No, I think he learned. As well. He was excited. I mean, this is your first shot. First of all, you're a player. You really wasn't that good. He's all right. You really didn't know him. He was all right. He's known more for being the father than being the professional athlete. I didn't even know he played for Carolina until tonight. I didn't even know that information. So
played is a strong word.
You guys are good.
So do you think that he's going to have a hard time coexisting with Michael Jordan, or is it going to be a live and let live situation?
He's not going to coexist with Michael Jordan. He's going to get up in them stands like everybody else, like everyone else dad. He's not going to get floor seats. Ain't no way in the world Jordan's going to allow that.
What does it take to coexist with Michael Jordan?
Just shut up and know your place. He's the GOAT. That's who he is.
Yeah, he certainly is. Yeah, so this draft has been crazy. I know when you got drafted in 1989, you famously told the teams that were picking it like 10th. I can't remember if it was the Redskins or the Giants. You said, I'm not going to be around like that. You think it works that way in basketball too?
No, because you never know. And let me tell you something about our draft. First of all, we got the best draft ever. I mean, we got a draft that you could get dressed up. Like, you get motivated for. Like the talk shows, like people like us talk for weeks and months for. The basketball draft is cool. It's all right. I ain't missing nothing for it. I ain't dressing up for it. I'm not marking a calendar for it, because the draft is just the draft. Free agency makes your team. What does this do, actually? Do any of these guys end up with this team? Can we do the study on that? I don't even. And then once it get to the backside of the draft, around the 16, 17, ain't nobody care. It's like, who are these? Do you have a spot for sure in the football draft? First rounders, you're going to make the team. Is it like that in basketball? I don't know about that.
So I believe, Coley, first rounders are guaranteed at least something from the team, right? And it's after the first round where they're not guaranteed anything. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah.
So
but they're not guaranteed the spot.
No, they're not guaranteed.
But I mean,
they're not guaranteed big money either. They're just guaranteed something.
Yeah, you guarantees a little money, but you're not guaranteed to even be on the team. That's what I'm saying. In football, you're not cutting a first rounder. You're not even doing that. You'll be the laughing stock of professional sports.
Right. That's why, though. It's not because like the guys are that much better. It's because the GM's trying to save his ass. Like if you look at the Giants right now,
there you go.
They had DeAndre Baker 2 years ago. They already got rid of him, and Andrew Thomas kind of looks really suspect right now. So they can't be like, well, we try like the Jets all the time when they took Vernon Golston, when they got pantsed by the Patriots and took Vernon Golston, like they had to hold on to him, pretend he could play just so they could keep their own jobs.
Ron, pick us in. Dion,
good.
Beautiful. It is Xavier Tillman, center from Michigan State. He is headed out there. Ron, Xavier Tillman transferred from San Diego State to Washington State, and he once tweeted, watching these old games makes me realize that Jordan got every call. Dion, did Jordan get every call?
No, Jordan was a dog. Certain stuff you just don't call with Jordan.
Yeah, but he kind of got every call, though. He wasn't a dog.
No. Jordan was the dog on offense and defense. See, that's the thing about Jordan. Jordan was both a two-sided player. He was all of that. Is no weakness. Even at the free throw line, there was no weakness in his game, man. We can't compare Jordan to these guys today. We got to stop that foolishness.
Well, Prime, my question is, one thing that we can compare from today to back in the day when you got drafted is how these gentlemen dress. You obviously had a very specific dress. What style of dress do you prefer? The 1989 style when you got drafted, or the suits we're looking at today?
Well, you got to understand, when I got drafted, I was at the agent's crib because we was broke as I don't know what. You wasn't going to have it at my house, and rats and roaches is going to be having their own draft in the back if we'd have did it at my crib back in the day. But no, it's a different time. Like the NFL draft, you bring all these guys to New York or wherever. You know, now with the COVID thing going on, everybody's in their different places. But I would rather a person be comfortable, man, to be you. But the stigma of dressing up when you come to New York, you got to do that. And the NBA guys, they got to dress up. It would have been hard for me to dress up if I was at the crib.
Dion, the other day I was watching on YouTube a dunk contest that you were in with Mike Conley and King Griffey Jr. and Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I should have won.
A long time ago. Your dunks weren't all that creative, though, Dion.
No. You just saw one. Mike Conley beat me, and he had to come from the free throw line. I was in the finals. That was like the finals. That he came from the free throw line. First of all, what is a long jumper doing in the dunk contest? What is a long jumper doing in the dunk contest?
It doesn't seem right. That's fair.
That's like a dirt tennis player being in a ping pong match. You can't do that.
No, he's not a high jumper, but he's still a long.
A long jump. Jumping is jumping. Jumping is jumping. Jump. The word jump is in it. It should not be involved. He should have been disqualified.
Jump is not jumping. I think jumping up is different than jumping long.
No. Jumping long takes height as well.
Ron, come on. It takes height.
Yeah, you got to jump. So you just jump just like that.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Just by your headshot, I don't believe you.
At what age?
I haven't seen the rest of you, but just by the headshot.
Stop being able to dunk, Dion.
I think I can still dunk right now. It's just depending on what you want me to dunk. I could cuff a Eminem all day right now. I can cuff him. I used to jump so high. This is no lie. I jumped so high. And when I say this, you're going to have to pause for like a second to grasp it because it's so fascinating. I jumped so high, I once dunked a medicine ball.
No.
Okay.
No. It's heavy, Dion. How'd you get it way up there?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's
That's
how high, that was my hops. That was my hops. That was the explosion. That was the explosion that I occupied.
Could you dunk a grapefruit today?
No lie. Oh yeah. All day long.
Okay, a volleyball?
Yeah, certainly.
A basketball?
Yes.
$100 says you can't dunk a basketball.
Where?
Jackson, Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi, Dion. You see all these cowbells back here? Okay.
That looks like you. I like that. You guys are good.
How did that happen that quick?
Hey, if you gonna do me, I need hair. Come on, man. You know what I went through to get hair back? I need my hair. Don't do me like that.
Give him the hair.
Don't do. Yeah. You know what I went through? You know how painful that was?
How'd they get that graphic so fast?
They're good.
Yeah, that was good. We work with talented people.
You really do. You really do. You really do.
Hit the music. Okay, we have a trade. Boston apparently had the 30th pick. I'm not sure Coley, the Boston fan, even knew that, but they are trading the pick now. to the Memphis Grizzlies. And Dion, I love the city of Memphis. What's your favorite barbecue?
I love Memphis. I like the hood kind of barbecue, not the places with the big names, man. Like just a regular place you just drive up to in the country in the hood on the side of the highway. I like those type barbecue places, man. Where people just hanging out outside.
How do you like Mississippi so far?
The styrofoam container is what you need.
That's what I'm talking about. In the little plasticware, when they give you that and they put 2 pieces of white bread inside the styrofoam container, it's on.
If it doesn't come with white bread, it's not good barbecue.
Oh, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Who is this guy?
That's Desmond Bain, the shooting guard from TCU. He wasn't even rated as a recruit coming out of high school. Ron, tell him about Desmond Bain.
That's great.
Yeah, Desmond Bain, favorite drink is lemonade. Desmond Bain likes lemonade. His favorite dance is the Renegade. His favorite year was 11th grade. So Desmond Bain did the 11th grade Renegade while he was drinking lemonade. That's his claim to fame. He's a sharpshooter from TCU, probably the best shooter in this draft.
Yep.
There you go.
TCU needs him on the football field right now, too, the way they're playing.
Yeah, Dion, is it weird seeing multiple Florida State guys taken in the top 15 or 14 of the NBA draft, not NFL?
You know, I just read something on, social media is unbelievable. They are really good. They said it's been more basketball players taken in the first round than more football players. And that, how is that even possible at Florida State? How is that possible? I see. I have to be careful when I answer this stuff now. Usually I'm unfiltered, but I'm a head coach now. I got to be professionally correct. I got to be coached. I got my whistle. I got to be Coach Prime. See, I wear my whistle just so I can remind myself, you Coach Prime. You just can't go on there trolling and just respond to anybody. You're a head coach now. You can't do that.
Credit to Leonard Hamilton down there at Florida State. He has built a great basketball program.
He's good.
Yeah.
No, he's good. He's really good.
He is very good. I don't know about the football program. It's not in good shape, but you're building a football program right now yourself.
Oh, my God. I'm building a powerhouse, like fast, smart, tough, and disciplined. Those are my 4 attributes. If you don't have that, you could go. I don't even want you. And you got to want to play on Sundays. You got to be that dog that can possibly play on Sundays, not just Saturdays. I want those kind of guys. Someone texted me the other day or called me, Prime, I got this kid looking for you. I say, is Nick Saban looking at him? Is Dabo Swinney looking at him? No. Well, why would I be looking at him? That's my approach. That's my approach.
So give me the attributes again. Fast, smart, what?
Tough, discipline.
Okay, well, we're out, guys. I don't think we can play at Jackson State.
I like that shirt you have on up under, and that guy, what's the number? No! See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. He just hit me yesterday, wanted me to do his podcast. I say, Nick, you don't have to ask me to do your podcast, man. Please, you 21 Reasons, baby. You're Dominique Wilson. We had the same hairstyle for once upon a time when we were both in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a human highlight film.
Yeah.
But he was number 21. You were number 21. But are you ever worried that Prime didn't really fit with 21 because 21 isn't a prime number? Don't you think that Prime's number should have been a prime number?
Well, prime means the best of. Like prime steak, prime rib, prime location, prime time. That means the best of, and that's what I am. The best of. Yeah.
All right. Well, Dion, thanks for hanging out with us. I believe the first round. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. You guys are good. See, that's the one I like. That's the one I like.
Why?
It got hair.
You do that so fast?
Because I got hair.
You don't have that much hair.
I got hair.
That's how quick it took in real life, too.
Yeah, it did. No, it didn't. Took a little. Actually, they take the hair from the sides and put it on the top.
I might need you to give me that guy's information.
I didn't know they could do that.
Problem.
I'm telling you, that's what they do, and it's really going to take a while, but it comes back. I got the best comeback since the New Edition.
I think that's what Portnoy had done. But Dion, thank you very much for hanging out. This has been awesome. The draft, the first round is over. Dion, I know that you got the Pro Football Show tomorrow. How's that going?
It's going really good. I need help though because they're doubling down on me, man. Dan and Dave they shoot Peaches and Herb, Evan and Ivory. I got to get somebody in there to help me because any team I say they jump on they ride each other's horse and they band together, man, and it's not fair.
Right.
But I'm winning in the picks. Of course, I'm winning in picks because I can pick them.
You're taking them all straight up, though, right? They're taking them against the spread.
That's what I do. I'm not a gambling man. No, they take them. They take them my way, then they take them your way as well. So they pick them straight up as well.
All right.
I don't know. I don't do the spreads, man.
Well, that is Deion Sanders, Barstool's newest acquisition, and the new head coach of Jackson State. I'm sure
that's right, baby.
A powerhouse down there. Thank you very much, Deion, for joining us. I don't like the picture of you dunking on me, but whatever.
I will. I'm sorry. That's real life. That was real life.
So, Roan, thank you for being here. Coley, that's the first round of the draft, and I don't know why. Who's making the graphics this fast?
Accurate, though.
Coley, anything else? Roan, anything else?
I like that they picked a picture of you wearing Mississippi State apparel and then stamping loser on that. We'll definitely be able to use that in the future as well.
That double hurt me. It hurt. It hurt here. It hurt here. Roan, anything?
Yeah, I think that you got shit on right down the throat the entire night, Brandon. And I only think that you deserve about 90% of that. I think you did a fantastic job. You as well, Coley. The NBA draft show is one of our greatest institutions here at Barstool. And at what other program do they do the NFL draft and the NBA draft with the same freaking people? It's like if freaking Mel Kiper was Jay Williams. But we're all those motherfuckers. And it's only brought to you by our good brains and the good folks at
Mamitas.
Beautiful.
Mamitas, Tequila, and Soda. Thank you to them. Thank you to Draft Clips for giving us all the clips. And Ron, you're right. We're very versatile. We're basically 3 Joe Bucks on here.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just a family of Joe Bucks. Actually, I'm Jack Buck. You're Joe Buck, and Coley is
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. Yes.
And if you're Jack Buck, that means you're dead. And RIP to you, Ron. Mamitas, it is very good. Check them out and draftclips.com. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the NBA Draft Show. Thank you for watching.